Hello, welcome to Mr. Bionic University Radio Plays The Scarlet Keys. I'm Ben,
I'm Dan.
and today we're moving on to our seventh scenario in our blind hard mode run, Shades of Suffering. Yeah, I'm excited. We're getting close to the finish here, and this was kind of like a scenario we had to like wander around and find. At this, we came here instead of going to Buenos Aires, I think it was, is the other scenario. So I think I don't think we have time to do Sanguine Shadows, but I guess next time, something to do in the future run. Last time we, oh man, we did a lot of scenarios last weekend. I forgot which one did we do last? Dancing Mad. That's right. Oh, this was when we were like in the gunfight, trapped in the club for like 10 rounds, and then and then there was like doppelgangers and stuff, and we had to kill one of the Desies, and hopefully we killed the right one. Not the alien. We'll find out.
I guess. Yeah.
I assume in the future. And we got what five experience, and then I think we.
Yeah.
I don't think we did much globetrotting after that. We unlocked something in like Yorbor City, but we didn't have time to do that because it was like 10 days in the future or something. So we took our lead back to Shanghai or back to Hong Kong, I think it was, and then.
And what is harder to pronounce? A long word where all of the letters and syllables kind of make sense, or a very short word where there's just letters put together in a way that seems crazy?
They both have difficult challenges for Ben. The latter, I guess, because I need a reference to like how it's supposed to be pronounced to be able to figure it out. So if there's I've
Ybor
seen
City.
Ybor.
City. Pretend the Y is an E.
Okay. Well, it's good to know. So yeah, so now we followed Flint to Kuala Lumpur, and we're looking for the lady in the where has the red parasol or something. I think she doesn't have a she doesn't have a dossier, so I don't get to read that about her. But we learned that in the story text. Also, her pictures on the setup here. So a couple notes. Upon review of our playthroughs, last couple playthroughs, I noticed, not me noticing, but some people pointed out one or two mistakes. There's more than one or two mistakes, but there only one couple that I care about. The couple mechanically, I think in one of the scenarios we got tricked by overzealous and like forgot to draw some Mythos cards, or at least Dan did.
In my defense, it's overzealous's fault.
that's basically what it was. I mean, I think
if I hadn't been stuck with overzealous for the whole campaign, I probably would have remembered to draw on counter cards.
Yeah, there was one or two other things to point out, like we took an extra action or missed an action at some point. I'm usually not too worried about those. The bigger one I was worried about was at some point I think I failed to evade, or I provoked an AOO, or would have provoked an AOO from one of the spooky guys, and it would have made her heal, which would have probably changed our strategy for like the last couple turns. Because it might have made it harder to actually kill her or not without changing our setup. So I'm gonna add an official asterisk to the campaign for these series of mistakes. A blemish on our hard blind run, but we have to own up to such things. Additionally, I was pointing out that I've been playing Flashlight 3 wrong. I thought it was a fast action, or at least I was treating it as such, and it's a reaction, which means I can't trigger it multiple times for a test on the same flashlight, which definitely makes it a bit worse than I thought it was. So if I have two flashlights out, I can trigger them both.
I mean,
but having just one
when you
makes
say
it
a
rough.
bit worse, I would say that makes it kind of a lot worse.
It definitely makes it worse.
Well,
I mean, I can still combo it off of other cards, which like you couldn't do with regular flashlight.
It's true, but now it means that like if there's a Shroud 4 location and you want to do your nonsense, you need both Gump and flashlight. Like you gotta, I don't know.
I need flashlight and Gump, or flashlight and something else.
And makeshift trap and
it makes the nonsense harder to pull off for sure. So I'll just have to we'll see how that goes. We'll keep it in mind. I might just have to draw more aggressively or something. So
yeah, you can always, I guess you can just get out both flashlights. You can just be holding two flashlights, shining them all around over the whatever,
Yeah. Well, I'm too young to have a gun, so I have to have like double flashlight when we go into an area instead of.
I like a year or two ago, I bought a really sick like USB rechargeable, like really bright, cool, compact LED flashlight, and it's like, oh man, these days, you got your phone has a little flashlight on it, has a little light bulb, so you don't really get to use the flashlight very much. And then last Sunday, the power randomly went out in my neighborhood, and I was like, hell yeah, it's flashlight time. And you gotta just set yourself up for fun little events like that. You gotta just give yourself permission to have fun.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, why don't we, with that asterisk nonsense out of the way, let's look at our decks. So upon realizing this flashlight issue, I was like, man, I guess I need to have other ways to reduce my reduce my tests. So I picked up one copy of Quick Learner. Dan predicts this will inevitably screw me on some turn at one point in the scenario when a difficulty is +1 higher. But I'm hoping most of the time it'll help.
I didn't say don't play it. I said just bear in mind this will screw you at least once.
So we'll see how that goes.
Because keep in mind, like, what if click one you want to exploit weakness something?
Yeah,
right.
It'll be rough.
Yeah,
I don't know. The hope is that it'll make it easier to enable the exploit weakness and the clue stuff. We'll see how it goes. And they'll determine if I commit to getting a second one or not after this scenario. But otherwise, did I get anything else? Oh, I did some adaptable stuff, and I grabbed a copy of the Rogue Tarot that gives +1 agility to help mitigate Quick Learner a little bit. So yeah, that is what I got. And then what did Dan get?
I added a second copy of Melteroni, Acidic Kicker. Hopefully I finally now have enough weapons. I also have a cache to reload. I thought about getting a second cache instead, but figured Melteroni is a very good commit as well. And Ben also has caches, so we can kind of like exchange those a little bit. So yeah, hopefully that'll be good. I have 2 experience banked. I was discussing with Ben before we started streaming. I probably would not have played Joe if I'd known how little XP you get in Scarlet Keys, because Joe can definitely spend like 70, 80, whatever experience pretty easily. Like he has a lot of stuff to spend XP on, because so like I really would like upgraded no stone on turns, but those cost 5 each. Just haven't gotten there. I would love cryptic researches. Those are like 4 each. Haven't gotten there. So I'm hoping that by banking 2, maybe I can put some really good stuff in the hunch deck after this for the last scenario, or maybe we'll get like 2 XP again and I won't be able to do anything. So we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how that goes. I guess. All right, why don't we read the scenario text, of which there is very little, and then duplicating hands and all that jazz. So this is file 46Q, Shades of Suffering. Flint traveled to Kuala Lumpur, and intro 1. You and Flint meet at the Royal Slangor Club, a large angled complex situated on the edge of a meticulously groomed lawn. A cricket match unfolds for the club members on the turf below as you and Flint discuss the coteries' interests and Tzu San Niang's possible aims. Hold on a moment. Flint stops mid-step and stares into the throng of wealthy expatriates. Expatriates? Big words for Ben in this one.
Expatriates. Yeah.
Expatriates. You turn your head and watch the crowd. A woman with a pale complexion and jet black hair turns away from you, twirling a bright red parasol. Well, that was easy, laughs Flint. You can hear a steely edge in his voice as he stands gingerly and leaves a generous tip for the staff. Let's see what she's up to, shall we? All right, so Flint rejoined the cell. Definitely running room in this campaign log to write all this stuff. So someone can add him to his deck, our deck, and I peeked at this setup, and it says if you add him to his deck, he gets to start in play and doesn't take up an ally slot for this scenario. So Dan and I discussed it, I think, before we started streaming, or maybe it was before I did the intro. And I ended up grabbing him for this scenario, and in a future scenario, I'll either use him or he'll be a Wendy discard or something. So, but what he does is when you expose a decoy, you can exhaust him to cancel exposing the decoy, and then either draw a card or choose a different mini card to expose to that location. So it gives you 2 chances, or you can draw a card if you like find a decoy or something. So that might be kind of okay. Yeah. Let's do opening hands, then I'll read the act agenda and we'll get going here. So, all right, a lot of that's pretty good. 1 flashlight, Leo, and Moon. And I think I get rid of this. Do I need the emergency cache right away? I guess is the question. Because I'm kind of Leo. I can play Leo in the flashlight without it. I think I have 2 copies of emergency cache. I mean, I really want a second flashlight.
I guess like, is it good to reload your first flashlight, or is it good to like and get a little money maybe, or is it good to search for better cards?
It's
I feel like maybe you want to hit Lone Wolf. You know.
Yeah,
like
I think I'll mulligan that. So only mulliganing 2 cards, I guess. So nothing too good. What if I mulligan 1 more? Yeah, wouldn't have been worth it. Okay, good. So all right, but I do get the tarot card out right away, which is nice. Rare first actually getting it with only 2 scenarios left to grab it. So
this is a lot of stuff, but not really the stuff that I most want to hit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a Melteroni. I don't need all these weapons, right? So I think I'll at least mulligan like 3 of them, and I'll probably mulligan another one too. I don't want the perception. Do I keep the Pathfinder? The thing is, I would really like to hit my tarot card. Yeah. And I would also really like to hit like Alice or Beat Cop, motivational speech, things of that nature. Yeah. And this looks like a small-ish scenario.
It's a smallish map, although I think there are several set-aside locations, but those ones might be ones that like we don't have to revisit.
You know what? I think I'm going to keep the Pathfinder, because the thing is, like, suppose I drew it turn 4, I probably would have used it. That means I probably get to use it like 2 less times or something. Like, I think Pathfinder's so good, I think I'm going to keep it.
Yeah.
So I'll mull 5. Okay, that's not terrible.
You can punish yourself and draw the last card and see if it would have been your tarot. You know. No, see, so it's fine. So retroactively.
I'm really mad. Correct, like you get 2 Studiouses and you still just like never hit your tarot cards. Like, oh, cool, great.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, but let's look at the active agenda. All right, agenda 1A: painful history. The city buzzes with spiritual activity. Empty halls resound with footsteps. Phantom knocks, voiceless whispers. Some deep pain in the city longs to be known. A wordless dread fills the silence and pervades every moment. Only 3 doom on this first agenda, and we started with 1 due to the setup, because we're at time more than 27 time. So, and then Act 1A: the lady with the red parasol. The figure holding a red parasol melts into the bustle of the city, but she is aware of your. Is she aware of your presence? If you can track her to her destination, you may better understand her aims in Kuala Lumpur. Find Tzu San Niang before the agenda advances. Okay. When you engage Tzu San Niang, investigators must spend their requisite number of clues as a group to advance. They cannot return to the shadows and resolve her concealed keyword. Okay, so we need to get 2 clues and find her before the agenda advances. That is it's pretty tight.
That's what they call a tall order.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's look at our starting location here. Well, there are 2 clues here that I can get with flashlight.
I'm also going to check on the hunch. And it's an unsolved case.
Oh,
pretty cool.
Well,
that means we put an extra clue on this location. Well, no, because I won't even have one. So
well, that's fine.
Basically, just means I lose money in a click, which obviously is bad. But
I mean, I guess you could decide if you care about that 2 experience. It sounds like you definitely do. So,
I mean, they should print an insight that costs 2 and gives you like 6 money or something. Like, that would be cool. Or 3 money in a card. I would take. That'd be great. What was that, Ben?
So I assume you care about the 2 experience, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, I almost don't, right? Like, next scenario I wouldn't, but this scenario I think I do. Yeah, so I certainly will play that on my turn, and other than that, I'll probably just play a Melteroni and I don't know.
So we need to find the lady, but have the 2 clues when we find her.
I could probably get these 2 clues. Oh wow! Each investigator here does not collect resources during upkeep. Well, I want to get the hell out of here then.
Yeah, I'm gonna also leave. It also looks like there's a heal here if we need it at some point.
I probably could get these clues if we want.
Yeah, I can also get these clues, but it would take 2 actions and use up flashlight stuff. So if you can do that without doing that, that'd be good. And then I could go try to evade stuff and spawn her or something.
Because I could. What I would really like to do this turn is play Unsolved Case, click for a money, Oh no, I guess I actually would have enough. Yeah. What I want to do is play Unsolved Case, play Pathfinder, and move. But I could investigate. I just won't be able to play Magnifying Glass. Like if I had one more money, that would be better.
Hmm.
And also, I won't get Melteroni down that way. But it's fine.
Yeah, well, I guess because
It means if we draw an enemy, you probably have to kill it.
well, I
Oh,
mean,
let me
we're
use the prism
trying to
actually.
draw her, um,
Yeah.
but I might be able to just evade her or something, or maybe she'll slip away
And
immediately or something.
this would have been an extremely good time to find a cryptic research. Oh no, or cryptic writings. But I guess I actually took this on my deck. So
Yeah,
alas, alas.
yeah.
Um. All right. Yeah. I mean, I guess I will. Well, let's see. So if I go without the magnifying glass, I would only be up by 3. What are the tablet? What are the tokens like?
Tablet's only -3, but if it's a Geist, you
Yeah.
automatically fail. Uh,
The X is also
the
pretty
skull's a -9.
fine. Wait, really?
Yeah,
Jeez.
there's 9 charges on the Shade Reaper right now.
Are they gonna go away?
I don't know. The number we got on there was based on our time. Yeah, because we placed 9 resources of the Shade Reaper as charges. I don't know. I assume they're gonna go away somehow.
This sucks. This is trash. This
Wow.
sucks.
How many
Like,
skulls do we have? We only have 2 skulls. So
just put 3 more autofills in the back. Just do it. Like
what
just
is this? What is
like,
this on normal mode? Half the number. It can't be greater than 6. It's still pretty rough. That would still be a minus. I mean, that'd still be a -4 for us.
So here's the thing: if we're trying to reduce the shades to the charges here to 0, then it's like, okay, at least we have some control over making the skull less of a disaster. If they're going to increase, then we don't even care. It's like, well, it's an autofill no matter what.
Yeah,
right? So yeah, no, I love. So how many cultists do we have?
3, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so we have 3. We have 3 awful tokens that even if you can pass on a -5 are terrible. Mm-hmm. And then we have three skulls.
Yeah.
So 4 autofills. Okay,
so
I love this.
It sort of sounds like maybe I should flashlight these 2 so that we can definitely get them this turn. Unless you think it's worth trying once, and if you fail, I'll flashlight.
That's fine. That's fine, I think.
I mean, it is 2 flashlight charges, which feels a little bad.
Yeah.
But would I be able to leave? No, I wouldn't be able to leave because I'll play Leo, I'll play a flashlight. So it means I wouldn't get money during upkeep, which is kind of bad, but it's not awful, I guess.
Yeah, if you do that, I will play Unsolved Case, play Pathfinder, leave, and probably click for money or something.
Yeah, it means in the following turn we have to try to find her, and she could be at any of these 3 places.
Yeah.
So remember, we reveal those by investigating, evading, or doing damage. So
right.
It's also assuming there's no like ancient evils or something, which I didn't look at the.
I mean, if I move here, the next turn, like you can maybe check the Selangor Club Padang, and I can check the other 2 or something. Like we can maybe make it work.
Okay. All right. So all right. So we want me to go first then.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll play Leo. I'll reduce him to cost 3, and I'll play flashlight, and then I'll use flashlight twice. Well, I guess I'm not using flashlight. I'm just investigating and then triggering flashlight. So, and I guess I'm already the difficulty. I already reduced difficulty by 1 at this point because of quick learner, but that's fine. Okay. All right. So I succeed on that because I reduced the test to 0, and then I'll try again. And okay, I guess we Wendy discard something. What's I guess the exploit weakness is now harder to get off, so I keep the backstab. No, we'll discard the backstab. I don't know. What do you want me to keep? Do you have an opinion on either of these cards?
I mean, if you can make it like exploit is better if you have enough Gump type stuff to make it actually possible to play it.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see. I'll redraw with the backstab. Okay. Alright, so I got both clues. My turn is over, which means I don't get resources during upkeep, which will make me sad. But
yeah.
I now have enough clues that are you actually revealing something this turn?
Yeah.
Probably. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I have
right.
Done.
I play Unsolved Case. I play Pathfinder. It's gonna be really funny when I draw Crypt Chill. I move to Kuala Lumpur Station. It's gonna be
Huh.
tough to get those clues.
Yeah, we also can spend 2 clues to find a cheap memento and heal.
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay. Um,
I think I just click for a resource last action.
okay. Yeah, it's gonna be hard
Don't
to
really don't.
it's gonna be hard to expose that location.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I don't, I don't know. If I play a Melteroni, I can attack it.
Yeah. Okay.
Even that's gonna be tough though.
Yeah. All right. So upkeep.
Kind of hoping maybe I get a
I
hunch.
do not get a money. Oh, I got a lone wolf. Be nice if I can get that out. Right. Doom happens, and it's just a 2 out of 3. I don't remember if I shuffled this. All right. Turn that chaos token. We got excruciate. Oh man, the guy in this art is not having a good time. um,
I mean, maybe that maybe he's into it. Maybe that's how he's like, oh man, I love it when my head gets attacked by lightning.
I don't know if that's the case. Oh, actually, no. He says your pain feeds me. So,
well, I think that's the person doing it. I think that's the person doing
that's
it.
That's probably Umbrella Lady. All right, place one.
Oh man,
place one charge on the shade.
Very cool. I'm really happy about this.
Yeah, this is okay.
I guess the take 2 damage thing is a nice
this card appears to say take 2 damage on it because I don't want this. So, all right. So
yeah, there's a lot of text that just says when you draw this card, take 2 damage.
I feel like our objective will probably be able to remove all these charges somehow, but we can't do that yet. And so right now the skull is just like an auto fail, effectively, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So the difficulty is it's a difficulty 6, so I'm just gonna fail that. What do you know? So I will just take 2 damage, and I think I'm just gonna I'll take 1 on me, and I'll put 1 on Flint. I don't remember which encounter set had the your allies take a dark damage effect. So I guess I'll play around that a little bit initially here. So all right, that was my encounter card. Encounter card for Dan.
This shit again.
Oh man.
Well, that is almost as funny as what I thought was going to happen, which was.
That's great though. We're in the witching hour.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
so
that's good.
Very good card draw.
Very good job, Dan.
So
okay. Could have been really funny.
Yeah, it would have been rough. All right, so
sketches. I know we're tight on time. I probably will play that because it could be pretty helpful in actually pinging both of these things. But you should maybe go first if you want.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because I can go first. I can move here, try to ping this. And then I could maybe even move here and ping this.
Yeah.
I don't have money to get the lone wolf out this turn, so I'll play that next turn maybe.
I do have an overpower, so I think there's a decent chance that I could just punch something and have it work.
Yeah. Okay, so first action I'll move to here. Check this out. So you could do a fight test here to embarrass the consulate and get 3 resources. All right.
Okay.
Interesting. And there's victory here, but there's 4 clues.
Sounds like there's some geopolitical antics going on.
Yeah. So if I do nothing and then test this, I can test with a flashlight and be against a 0, but then I wouldn't have actions to come check out your stuff. Or I could just test now and be at a 5 versus 1 to reveal, which so it obviously fails on skulls and fails on cultists, but I could do a redraw or something.
Yeah, that's pretty good odds for Wendy, I guess, or about as good as we're gonna get.
Well, if I do something else and don't come help with this one, then I will be at versus a 0, so I'll definitely succeed. Because of the quick learner, right? Because it'll be my 3rd action.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know. Is it worth trying? I guess is it worth trying once? Yeah, it probably is actually.
So I mean, I think I have pretty good odds to discover one of these 2, and probably worse odds to get both of them. But it might happen. Like I don't know. It's really hard to say.
What are my odds? I guess my odds against this will be the same because it'll also be against a 1 at that point.
Like my plan is maybe like man, if I had another dollar, I'd honestly play the sword and attack with that. But I would probably like play Strange Solution and then attack with an Overpower or something. It's kind of a waste of a charge, but I'd probably do it.
Okay. I guess I'll just try and I'll discard something if it whiffs and see how it goes. So, all right. So I'm going against I'm investigating to try to reveal the concealed card. Burning through these flashlight charges quick. Right. So I'm against a invade 5 versus 1, and great. Okay, so I pass. So I flip this over. It is a decoy. So in that case, I think I do this thing and draw a card, right? Because we know it's a decoy.
Might as well.
Yeah, I think I do that. It's another lone wolf. That's good. I have a discard now. All right, and then
I guess it does in theory, like if we get more decoys out later or whatever. But yeah, it's fine.
I didn't set any additional decoys aside, so I assume it's just these 3.
Okay, yeah.
Like, there's no other concealed mini card set aside. So there's no other. Well, there could be some in the box, I guess. Anyway, I move up here then, and then I'll do the same thing, which is my last flashlight charge. Those went away quick. All right, great. Didn't even need the flashlight charge. That's all right. All right, so I don't get a clue. I reveal this, and it's also the decoy. So that'll go away because I don't have the nonsense. She doesn't have anything I'm supposed to be paying attention to, right? No, okay. All right, so we know she's over here. So we need you to reveal it, I guess. But my turn's over because I've done all my actions.
Okay. So in that case, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to play sketches first because, well,
potentially get more cards.
Well, so here's the thing: if I hit overzealous, it's pretty bad, right?
that could be pretty bad, yeah.
But I could Pathfinder first, and just if there's no clues, then I can't do it. But if there are clues, then at least I'm like, even if I draw an enemy or something, I could probably just let it hit me, and I could maybe still expose.
Yeah. Oh man, are there two? These are 2 train stations, and look at the cards. They're 2 halves of a train station.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Okay, so yeah, I think I'll do that. I will Pathfinder first, and then I'll probably sketches if there's clues once I'm in Kuala Lumpur Station East. Okay. Whatever. So Pathfinder. Hooray! There's clues. 3 Shroud. Oh, nice. You can quick move for $2.
You can discard an asset.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm noticing a lot of these have like, remember you've done something on these. So maybe
I'm gonna shift the prism and put another Doom on my Pathfinder.
Seems great. Yeah.
All right, okay. So I will click 1. I will play the sketches.
All right.
See, that's not bad.
That seems good.
So I think what I could do is I think I could play Magnifying Glass and then investigate. And could I? So again, I know I asked this, but it makes me so mad. I can't like play a deduction and like get 1 clue and expose 1.
That is, yeah, that's my understanding. It replaces the base effect, and I think deduction adds to the base effect. Discover 1 addition because it's additional. So yeah, it doesn't help there.
But I can't replace the discover an additional clue with exposing because I would be discovering a clue, and instead I'm gonna expose the concealed card.
Yeah. That's good again.
Like if I had a deduction, there's ways it couldn't work, but in this case, like if you would discover, all I'm saying is like the extra clue I would get from deduction, I want to trade for expose. Actually, there's no victory here, so we probably don't even care.
Well, we need clues to do other effects, I think, but yeah, concealed cards are not enemies. In this the same location, a concealed card may attempt to expose it by successfully attacking or evading it, or by successfully investigating. If an investigator chooses to expose this concealed mini card, that effect replaces the standard effects of the action or the ability that exposed it, i.e., if it's exposed by evasion or damage, the matching enemy is not evaded, nor does it take damage. Mini cards exposed by discovering clues or investigating, no clues are discovered. So I think it replaces all the clues. So I don't think you can deduct.
Oh, but where does it say this again?
So it's over here.
But see, it replaces the standard effects of the action or ability that exposed it, but the ability that exposed it is the text of deduction. It's not the like investigate action.
No, the deduction modifies the standard action. It makes you get an extra clue, and it's replacing the whole standard action.
I should stop arguing about this, but it just makes me so mad because it's like there's no reason for it to work this way. All right, fine. So I will if I play Melteroni first, then I only get one chance to do it, but it's good because if we get an enemy, I'd be out of actions anyway, so it's fine. All right, so I will investigate. I have a 5, 6, 7 versus 3. You know what? Let's do the inquiring minds instead, just so we're up by 5.
Okay. All right.
So succeeded at investigate, so we expose this.
All right. So she's exposed. So when you engage, so she's now engaging you. I don't know if she's going to stay engaged with you, so we'll do that in a second. So we have to spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. Doesn't say at your location, so we can just spend them. They cannot return to the shadow results. Okay, so flip this over. All right. After what feels like hours of searching, you can catch the trail. Didn't really feel like hours. It felt like 3 minutes. It was not much time at all. It feels like yeah. You catch the trail of the lady with the red parasol. You follow her down a narrow side street to the worn facade of an old shop, which she steps inside. Uncertain of the risk she might pose, you wait for her to emerge rather than follow her into a potential trap. However, after some time passes, you grow impatient and step into the shop. All right, put the set aside Milady's shop into play and reveal it. Disengage each investigator from each enemy, engage with them, and move each investigator to Milady's shop. Proceed to scenario interlude. Okay, so I guess she's still here until we say otherwise, but I feel like she's probably gonna disappear again based on the story text. Where is the shop? All right, here's the shop. It's attached to green. That's where you are. I'll put it up here because it's slightly more convenient. All right, so we get moved to here. And the Bahum shop is primarily an apothecary with shelf after shelf filled with dried bundles of herbs and flowers, some ground up in little jars or in alcohol tinctures. Other supplies for the practice rest on a bookshelf behind the counter: lime, resin, and a dagger in a wooden sheath. Ooh. All right. Okay, so there's no clues here, but there's one of these action things. This feels like it might be a win more scenario where you're like trying to get all the different text stuff. But all right, let's look at the interlude. There's lots of story text here, Dan. All right. Before you can even step inside the shop, you're greeted by an intense but pleasant fragrance of dried flowers and herbs that hang in bundles from the low ceiling. The scent is intoxicating. As your eyes adjust to the dimly lit interior, a small middle-aged Malay woman in an ornate dress rises from her stool in the corner to greet you. You're a bit late, but I suppose it's better than if you had arrived early, she says matter-of-factly. You ask her what she means, and she shakes her head. I'm Malati. Our meeting was foretold. She explains that she is a Bahum, or shaman, and that she was forewarned of your meeting by the spirits. You ask her about the woman with the red parasol. Yes, that's why I was glad you didn't arrive early, she grimaces, then lights a bundle from aerobic herbs. You feel a tingling lightheadedness wash over you, followed by a smoothing calm. Malati goes on. That was Tzu San Niang. She's the reason I have to cleanse my shop. There is a foul essence that follows her, perhaps why she masks her unclean spirit with a veneer of politeness. As Malati speaks, a cloud of vague confusion passes over her, as if she cannot place something. You ask her what Ms. Zhu wanted. I truly can't even remember what she asked of me. Alright, I don't think we have a sorcerer or a clairvoyant. The Bahum recites a low, mumbling chant as she completes the cleansing ritual. She holds one hand to her temple. Her brow furrows as she falls to her knees, racked with pain. You move to help her up as she holds one hand out, steadying herself against the low wooden table, and then slides to sit. She gestures for you to sit across from her. Now I understand why they told me you were coming. She smiles bravely. The deep lines in her face fold with shadows in the dim shop. The Bohm pours you a cup of hot, steaming tea. The spirits are restless. Something has stirred up a deep well of pain in the city as the city reforms itself to keep up with such change. People coming and going. In all of it, I sense a dark aura, a cloud of misfortune. And at the center of it, the lady with the red parasol. She is the harbinger of sorts, inflicting pain and misery even as she reaps the rewards of great industry. The Holmes' voice is firm and clear, even as her hands shake, holding her teacup. You sip the rich, earthy brew as you consider the situation. Tzu San Niang has some greater design at work, but what? You ask if the spirits have told her anything. She shakes her head. I sense only their great pain, and that their great pain is linked in some way to the lady with the red parasol. It is almost as though she feeds on it, devours it. We got bomb 2. All right.
No.
Well, Melody doubles over again, clutching one hand to her chest. You move to help her as Inspector Flint produces a small medkit to administer emergency aid. The Baham shakes her head. Don't worry for me. I am stronger than any spirit, though I feel they are in such deep, awful pain. The city is ripe for sorrow. She sighs and rights herself. As I said before, our meeting was not by chance. Perhaps if we can speak with the spirits and put them to rest, we can understand Miss Sue's greater aims. Perhaps thwart them. Can you help me? Flint looks to you and to the bomb, and he smiles. We'll help you get to the bottom of this. Before you leave Melodi's shop, she tells you of 3 epicenters of spiritual disturbance in the city. Put the Tin Mine and the Waikane Kulit Theater locations into play. Find the 3 set-aside Geist enemies and spawn them as follows. Return Tzu San Niang to the shadows and resolve a concealed ward, distributing each of those concealed mini cards among each location with a Geist. Remove all Doom from each card in play other than Tzu. If it's Agenda 1, advance directly to Agenda 2A. Do not resolve to 1B. Okay. Alright. So we get to skip. We'll skip 1B. I guess let me do all that nonsense. Alright. So we got these locations. What are these connected to? They're all connected to the screen location. Okay. She goes back in the shadows. And I guess I pull this decoy card away. Yeah, I think so. Or that either that or a tabletop simulator has tricked me, and I was supposed to have more of those cards out. But all right, West Wing. Where's the West Wing? It's over here. Okay. All right, so we got these 3 locations, and we got some arrows. Alright, cool. And then we have to spawn these Geist at specific locations. Slain Foreman at the station. Uncanny Shadow at the theater. And I like the art on the theater here. And the last one at the mine. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so we move all Doom, so you can take the Doom off your Pathfinder too then. And then I guess I advance to the next agenda. So Agenda 2A, Restless Dead. The sense that you're not alone grows, and the spirit's wordless screams fill your mind. An oily fog rolls in to choke the streets of Kuala Lumpur in a ghostly aura. If there's only one investigator in the game, this gets +1 Doom. Okay. When you engage Tzu San Niang, investigators of your group must spend 2 clues as a group. If they cannot, instead draw the top card of the encounter deck. Hint: when this agenda advances, Tzu San Niang will harvest a nearby spirit in her location if her location is unknown. Okay, so we have to, I guess, let's look at the act. Ghostlight. Melody spoke of the great suffering Tzu San Niang has brought to the city. Perhaps by entreating the spirits and laying them to rest, you can stop her from reaping the pain she has sown. Geist enemies cannot leave haunted locations. Objective: quell the restless spirits before they are consumed by Tzu San Niang. At the end of the round, if there are no non-weakness Geist enemies in play, advance. Okay. So when this flips, I guess she'll like kill one of these ghosts or something maybe, if we haven't found her. So maybe we need to find 2 clues again and like start evade taking her or something. I don't know.
But it's weird that these are like these. Do they gain aloof or something?
Oh no, they definitely don't. They don't have aloof.
Well, they can't leave haunted locations.
Yeah, so these 3 locations are haunted, so they're stuck there. What's their deal here though? So they have a lot of health. You can discard an asset to parlay. Reduce the difficulty of this test by the printed cost of the asset discarded to play this action. If you succeed, flip this card and resolve the text on the other side. When it would be defeated, flip it over and resolve the text on its other side.
I mean, it also says, So we have to beat the spirits before she can kill them or something.
I think maybe we're trying to appease them. Like maybe they're sad spirits and we're trying to like deal with their unresolved business or whatever.
Oh, you think the backside says like if this was flipped by the parlay action, do this, and if it was flipped by defeating it, do this?
Maybe. There were 2 versions of each of these guys, so maybe when you flip it, it turns into a monster anyway. Sometimes I don't know.
The thing that I'm kind of confused about here is like, if that's the case, and that might be, maybe it's like she wants to defeat them, so if we defeat them, we're basically helping her, and that's very bad, and we're supposed to parlay with them instead. I mean, it says like quell the restless spirits, and it's also, I feel like it's fairly common in these types of scenarios to have like, oh, you have to lay the ghost to rest by the soul to rest by killing the ghost, basically.
I think killing it or doing the parlay is probably okay. I mean, we won't really know until we do one of them, right? Like once we flip one of them over, we'll have a better idea.
Yeah, like the safest thing to do would be to parlay first and see what the back looks like. But I'm just saying, I feel like they could have spelled this out better. Is what I'm kind of saying.
Yeah, I mean,
unless us not knowing is part of the thing, in which case, sure, whatever.
I mean, if I wanted to discard Leo, I could obviously do this and automatically pass the parlay, but okay, but that was all advancing, and I think that was in the middle of your turn. How many actions did you do? I guess. How many actions did you do to get? You Pathfindered. Yeah, you Pathfindered.
I played sketches and then I investigated,
okay,
so I have 1 left.
So you have 1 action left if you want to do something.
Yes.
Oh, you also can spend 2 clues to look at the revealed side, the other side of a Geist enemy. So I don't know if we have. I don't have the clues.
I feel like if we can, man,
this is just very tight. She's just gonna murder one of them. I guess we're assuming she'll murder one. She might just get like more charges, which at this point it's like whatever.
No, because it says she will harvest nearby spirit if her location is unknown. Well, I mean, these are, I see, again, it's unclear, which is fine. It's just, it's tough when it's like, what is the game here? Like, what is our objective? It's like not super clear to us, which is fine.
Yeah, I think we're definitely trying to flip them. It's unclear if we want to kill them or not.
So like this one, I will not be able to do this parlay. So I think you have to, if anyone's going to do that, you're going to do it.
Right.
I think I could probably do either of the other ones. Like I could move down and get ready to work on the buried miner, because I mean, I don't want to take horror, but I could just like take 2 horror and then commit a bunch of cards and probably do it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if I draw a couple cards, then I should be able to do it, right? Because I'll ultimately discard and I can reduce the difficulty down to whatever.
And I could also like, I mean, I could also do this one by like discarding magnifying glass. So I think I could do either the miner or the foreman.
Well, I mean, that makes it if you discard magnifying glass, it's only a test, still a dust 5, but
I didn't see it was based on the
like that's why I was saying I could discard Leo, difficulty. But obviously then I'd be discarding Leo, which is pretty rough,
I think
right?
I mean, at the very least you could like use up a flashlight and then do it or something.
I mean, my current flashlight is empty.
Or get rid of this idiot who doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I could get rid of this guy. That might be kind of okay. That might be a good decent idea.
It would be funny too.
It is a book test, which I'm bad at. But
so anyway, I have 1 action left, so I'm going to play a Melteroni.
Okay,
that's it.
All right, so upkeep. Oh man, I could discard Moonstone. I don't know if money can discard Moonstone. All right, so Doom happens, and so again we only have 2 turns. I don't know. Wait, yeah, it's very tight, very tight. All right, counter card for me. You did your upkeep, right? Yeah.
Yep.
In plain sight. Attached to an enemy in the shadows without a copy. Okay. After you expose attached enemy, the enemy attacks you and gets +2 fight until the end of the round. Well, okay. So if we expose her, she'll attack. I guess
Uh,
if we are able to find her and we have 2 clues, we can get her out and then she'll not attack one of the spirits. But yeah, I don't know.
I I kind of feel like we should rush the spirits if you think we can do it. I mean, I don't know.
If you think we
wait,
can
two,
get
two turns is really.
if you think we
Oh,
can get all the
okay. Well, this sucks.
spirits, oh,
This is.
yeah, we just
Okay,
lose
I mean,
we
maybe
just lose an
now we
action.
can't,
Yeah,
but yeah, all right.
yeah. Okay. I like the art on this, but the card itself is really rough.
Oh man. I mean, here's the thing. I think I could do Pathfinder move, and then I think I could do the Buried Miner or the Foreman this turn, and then hopefully do the other one next turn.
That includes actually passing the test.
Yes.
Assuming
well,
no auto skull, auto fail.
I mean,
skull.
so I'm thinking, so like the miner, I mean, I don't have any horror on me yet, and like, whatever. But let's take a risk. I could take 2, that makes it a 4, and then I can commit like the guns, the extra Melteroni, and the overpower. Like I could be up by 6.
Okay.
And I also have I'm going to use the prism also. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. I guess do that first then.
I'm actually gonna take the Pathfinder because I think with this fucking shit and whatever, like, problem is I don't really have money for it, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
So like, because what I'm kind of thinking is like, exposing her is really hard, and if we do it this turn, she's gonna attack us anyway, right?
Yeah. Well, this doesn't go away. The next time she's exposed, she's gonna attack.
Cool.
So
I mean, let's just go for it, right?
So yeah, so we're trying to do all 3 before the agenda advances.
Yeah.
And remember, you only have 2 actions.
I think I can do 1 this turn and 1 next turn. I mean, it could go wrong, but like whatever. Okay. I mean, it could also go wrong the other way too.
Yeah, I guess the question is, can I do 1 this turn?
We could also spend our whole turn trying to find her and have it like not work, and then we have to find her next turn, and then we screw it up. And
I mean, maybe I just move and like play Lone Wolf and draw a card, and then I'll be more set up to do this like next turn.
Yeah, I mean to be clear, this all hinges on you being able to do this like next turn.
Yeah, that's what. So set up for that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No. Then I'm just gonna move, play Lone Wolf, and draw a card.
Today's punch is sketches. Don't have time to play it.
Okay. All right.
Even though because of that stupid search, otherwise it'd be great to do it.
Okay. I did my turn because I moved, drew a card.
All right. Pathfinder move. This guy jumps on me.
Man, these are all difficulty 6 tests just on these cards. It's rough.
You can remember that we found hidden bones. Yeah, it's just really hard in hard mode with these characters, kind of.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna take 2 horror. Pardon me. I'm gonna parlay. Well, okay, actually, you know what? So I want to be up by. We don't have any. Do we have any squids?
We have no squid, so you only need to be up by 5 if that changes what you
Okay. So.
Or you need to be up by 10.
So. I think in that case I take 3 horror, and I commit an overpower and the hunch guns.
Okay, so you'll be at 8 versus 3, so you're 5 above.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great. Nope, not great.
Nope, automatically fail.
Auto fail, yeah. Okay.
Well, that went about as bad as it possibly could have. All right.
Okay.
That is the end of my turn, and now I'm gonna get hit, and now we're probably not gonna be able to do it. So.
Well, I mean, you could like kill him next turn, probably. Oh no, yeah, I don't know.
If I can find enough cards.
All right, so you got to do this distorted reasoning at the end of your turn.
I sure do, and I don't think I commit anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we forgot the tablets are autofails with the Geist, which we do have 4 of them, I think. So might have adjusted our plan. I guess.
I don't know.
Oh, you also failed the skill test while at the mine, so you do get damage. All right.
I hate when I failed skill test at the mine. Oh, I failed 2 skill tests at the mine.
Did you? Oh, because of the. Oh yeah. Oh man. Well, you have the blossom to flip.
And then an enemy fails, they get attacked.
Yeah. Do you want to flip the blossom? I mean,
I was gonna try to wait and use it on both of us, but maybe if you don't care, maybe I will just flip it.
I don't know when we'll be grouped up again, but you
All
could.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Cool. Yeah, that was great.
All right.
Upkeep.
Upkeep. All right.
Useless.
Doom happens and encounter card. Oh man, that's annoying. Because I was definitely wanted to play Moonstone by discarding it. All right. Counter card for you.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, well, she's here now. All right, so I guess I don't think we could. We definitely can't do all the guys. I guess the question
We
is
cannot.
should I come help you?
Unless I think if everything goes well, today's hunch is useless. I mean, well, actually, that would be. Yeah, I probably won't have clicked to play it. So I can kill I think I can kill Amaranth, and maybe parley with the guy. Although I used a lot of my cards. Oh, and well, also I can't just like take 3 horror again. You know.
Yeah.
That's really the problem there.
And you have this thing to stop you from doing
from
the same.
Attacking. Well, but that I probably wasn't going to do the same thing twice anyway.
Okay. I mean, Amaranth only has 3 health, so she is easy to kill off.
The problem is that I would want to kill Amaranth with a vicious blow, but then the only thing I have to commit is I can only I could take 2 horror and be 1 away from insanity, and that makes it a 4, and then I can commit Strange Solution, and I'm up by 2, which is not really good enough.
Yeah.
So I don't think I can do the minor.
Okay.
But it seems really bad for you to like come down here and evade him.
Yeah.
And I can't kill him either because he has 6 health, and I can't evade him because I'm Joe Diamonds.
Yeah, maybe we went too aggressive
really,
here. I don't know.
We just needed to not draw the tablet.
Well, but there's 4 tablets.
We just didn't. Why are there 4 tablets? Is it because we stopped at like a million places and read a bunch of story text?
I mean, it's because we decided to. Oh, there's only 3 tablets. Oh, no, there's 4 tablets. Yeah, because we trusted people or something. I don't know.
I don't care how many tablets there are. We just needed to not draw one, and then we'd be fine.
And the skulls.
Like you can always. It doesn't matter if there's a lot of them. There's also a lot of non-tablet tokens. We needed to draw one of those.
You had like a 16 and 22 chance or so of passing, right? So, yeah, that's pretty decent, but.
I really don't know what we do here, honestly, because like I said, I can kill Amaranth, which doesn't help us at all, really, aside from getting her off of me. But then the minor, I can't kill, I can't evade, and I can't parley. So could you like end your turn here and commit the amulet to me, maybe? Is that feasible? Like, could you like move do? Could you like move do one of them, move, ping a card? I don't know.
So let's think. So I could move, parlay, move, assuming the parlay succeeds. The parlay. I'm only at a 4 versus whatever the test difficulty is. I can discard 3 cards. Oh, at random? Oh, gross. I didn't see it was at random. That's much worse. But I can make it a difficulty 3, but then I'm only at a 4 versus a 3. And I was hoping that one of the cards I discard is Moonstone, and I could at least boost myself there, but this stops me from playing Moonstone. Yeah.
Well, you don't have the money, right?
I would from Lone Wolf. Once my turn starts.
And also if you discard at random, you might lose the amulet, and then we have we have no chance for me to pass.
I mean, Exploit Weakness has a symbol on it, and so does Resourceful, but that's the amulet would be more. So,
what if?
I mean, alternatives we just try not to do those. One of them maybe dies or something. So.
Oh no! I mean, definitely one of them's gonna die. Because there's no way you can get all 3.
Well, no, I assume it'll only die if it's at her location. Like my assumption is we will flip these over, and like whichever one she's at, she'll reap, and then we'll reshuffle them or something.
So you're saying like you don't try to do the shadow, you come down and help me and then we hope that she is here. We hope that she's at the tin mine.
Yeah, I guess. But what do I do to help you other than have a card to commit?
I mean that's something. Like the odds wouldn't be perfect, but that is something.
Okay. Because I couldn't I guess the difficulty of the test will be reduced slightly because it'd be on my second action now instead of my third, so it wouldn't be reduced.
I really wish I. So the other thing here's something I could do. If I could get the the problem is that the stupid miner does horror. It's just so annoying. Because the thing is, like, I almost kind of want to let him AOO me to play the sketches. Or oh no, I don't have sketches. I have logical reasoning. Okay, that doesn't help. What if we just walk away? What if we just give up our life of globetrotting and trying to stop the coterie? And what if we just sail off into the sunset and say we tried?
I mean, we could. There's a reside over here.
It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, dry.
I mean, I don't know. So I guess the other thing is, could I do this test somehow if I commit all my cards? Would that somehow be better than you doing it?
I could commit 2 symbols to you.
Because I could take the 3 horror.
Your fight is 1. What are we talking about?
That's right. That fight is 1.
Come on.
No, it doesn't make any sense. I was like, I could commit 4 symbols to myself, but that just puts me on a 5 versus a 5 versus a 3, which isn't any good. So
I wish I didn't try Amaranth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's her Harvey's a 4. Okay, so I can't exploit weakness her. I don't even have flashlight triggers anyway. So yeah, I mean I could come in there, I could taunt Amaranth off you if that somehow helped, but I don't know if it does.
Doesn't really.
Yeah.
Doesn't really. Killing Amaranth is like the easiest part of the plan, and it's still not very easy. It's still like I'm gonna be up by 3 and I could fail it, but
yeah.
Yeah, it's actually there's actually not a lot of tokens that pass on that.
Yeah,
because the skull, the tablet, and the cultist all fail.
Yeah, being up by 3 is not good.
And the -4s fail.
Yeah,
I don't actually really know what we're supposed to do here.
I think we're in a rough shape. Let's see. What's the thing about them not being able to leave? Can't leave haunted locations. I guess if you chose to like move up here, this would disengage you because it can't leave. But they both AO you, which is bad. So
yeah, I hope that doesn't happen.
I don't know if that means that the tablet wouldn't be an auto fail when fighting Amarith, but that puts you in a rough shape damage and health wise. Or I could move and engage and try to evade the miner, but even then I'm not in great shape for evading either.
I mean, okay, the miner at least is like, it's kind of doable to like attack him because his combat is low. So like attacking him with Melteroni is no. See, here's the whole thing here. Like, it almost doesn't matter what you're at, right? So if you're at 4, if you're 4 above, then you pass on. Like, suppose you're up by 4 and the Geist is at your location, then you pass on.
You pass on the non-symbols. All the symbols are fails with the Geist.
You basically have a 50% chance. You have a 12 out of 22 chance if you're up by 4.
Yeah.
If you're up by 5, then you have a 15 out of 22 chance. So if you're up by 5. If you're by 5, then you have like a 67% chance of passing. You have like a 2 and 3 chance.
Yeah. It's 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Well, there's 10 tokens you fail on being up by 4.
And that's if you're up by 5.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys have high shroud. The foreman has a 4. There's or high combat, right? Amaranth has a 4. Although she doesn't. You don't have to draw this.
This was like a bonus scenario, so maybe it's supposed to be a bit harder. And I'm playing hard mode, obviously, but yeah. This stuff does anything useful. I also could go do this guy if we want to save a guy, and I could discard Leo, but that doesn't help your situation at all. I don't know if I can help your situation too much.
It also does kind of set you back for the rest of the game. Honestly, like, I mean, what if you do that? So what if like you go and save that guy, and what if I kill Amaranth and then move and let the guy hit me, which is bad, but whatever, I'm not dead. And then we basically try to like get a couple victory and resign.
Oh, we might not have to resign. We might be able to bounce back. Like, I'm at full health. I mean, you're in rough shape, but
it's not about bouncing back. It's like how are we going to do this?
I know.
Like how are we? How is either of us going to do the minor? Like,
well, I assume she'll murder one of these two, and then we'll have to figure out how to do the last one. Which I could do this with slightly more setup. Okay. It was just the dissonant voices was kind of bad, and I missed that it was random.
But then let's move in that direction. So what I will do is I will kill Amaranth, and I'll do that by attacking with Melteroni. So I'm at a 6 versus 4, and I'll commit Strange Solution and Vicious Blow. So I'll be up by 5, so I'll have a 2/3 chance of killing her.
Okay.
And if I succeed, then I will move up and let the guy hit me, and then I'll probably play this logical reasoning, because that means I can maybe do the minor next turn if he doesn't get killed.
Okay.
So how does that sound?
And if you fail to kill Amaranth, you just weep openly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I mean, is there an alternative? Like,
it would just, I could come try to evade her or something, but that's rough.
Well, I mean, I can go first, and we can see if that happens. But well, yeah. I mean, I guess if I fail to evade Amaranth, then I probably just stay here, and you have to like come evade the minor or something, which is bad.
Yeah. Okay. I guess let's go for it. You know.
Okay. Again,
the worst thing that happens is we lose, and you know we get a trauma or something. You know, it's we'll feel sad.
All right. Click 1. Attacking Amaranth. 6 versus 4. Commit Vicious Blow. Commit Strange Solution. 9 versus 4.
Hooray!
Indeed. Amaranth goes to the victory display for 0 victory.
Yeah.
All right. Click 2. Move. The minor hits me for 1 and 1.
Okay, but he doesn't. He disengages because he can't leave.
Yep.
I'm assuming that's what happens. Yeah, that has to be what happens. Okay.
Should I trade the magnifying glass for a kitten? I guess probably not now. Click 3. Play logical reasoning on myself. Oh, actually, I could get rid of this thing, right?
Ooh.
I mean, I will never be able to get rid of it otherwise, but I also will probably go insane if I don't do this.
Do you have 2 logical reasons or just 1?
Just 1.
Oh,
I mean, I have
you don't have a clue though. You can't play it anyway.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
So.
Trade for a kitten. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I could Pathfinder somewhere.
You can't get any clues.
I could probably get 2 clues. Is that good?
If you can get those clues, then you could crack and get some money going at least, and then.
These aren't victory clues though. Like, does this actually help us? It would help me play my logical reasoning, but it's about to get shuffled back.
It appears we need clues to do different stuff. I mean, this is an agility test, so you probably can't do that one. This one is. Can't do that one. This is a heal. Spend 2 clues to heal 2 horror.
That's pretty good. All right, fine. Last click.
This one you peer into the beyond. We need clues to do all the stuff on the locations. So
commit perception and deduction. So I'm at 5 against 3. Make it 8 against 3.
Nice.
Okay. I succeed. I get 2 clues. I draw a card off perception. I crack the case twice.
Okay.
Do you need money?
Not specifically, although you are now at my location, which is very annoying. Give me 1 money.
Do you want 2? Or...
Sure.
Take
I'll use it eventually. So.
Oh, okay. Our old friend.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Overzealous.
That's fine. Kind of.
Okay. Well, that's not fine at all. So you gotta get rid of that. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. I'm having a good time.
God. This is not a good campaign for Joe.
Joe Diamond stares at the gun in his hand with a really just the most pained, miserable expression you've ever seen in your face, and you think to yourself, how low has life gotten for Joe? What is he contemplating? What's in his mind right now? This desperate man at the edge of something unspeakable. And then the moment passes, and he looks in some other direction, but you sense that he is not. You sense that he's found no comfort, no comfort in anything. Anyway, my turn's over. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you got to do all these tests now.
Oh, cool. Well, it also means I definitely can't end my turn here because just failing all these tests will kill me.
Yeah.
All right, Frozen in Fear. Test will 3, and if you succeed, whoa, well, all right. So
Nope.
yep, so that one. And then this one I don't have to do a test for, but I
Right,
do
it's
have to do
two actions, get rid of it.
distorted reasoning. Okay.
Okay.
All right, you're up.
Okay, so I could spend $2 to move into here for free, but I don't think I want to do that. So I can move into here, discard an asset I control to parlay. If I discard Leo, it becomes difficulty
If
0.
you had another Leo in hand, I would tell you should do it.
Well, which one am I supposed to be doing otherwise? That was the plan, right? It was try to save him with Leo.
Yeah. I guess if we're trying to get one of them this turn, then yeah, I guess you should do it.
Yeah, I mean this one is much harder to do. This one is almost guaranteed. I say almost because there's still 5 auto fails in the bag, so I have two chances at it with the Wendy we draw. So I mean, that's decent actually, right? That's
let's chuck Leo and go for it.
I guess right. Do I want to save an action by spending $2? Just because we're not going to have very many actions in the future.
I think I did the prism last turn, right? So I think I haven't done it this turn.
Yeah, but do you have something to put it on? Oh, we're in Witching Hour. We are in Witching Hour.
Well, if you're definitely going to get rid of Leo, then I'm gonna activate it and target you.
Yeah, that's fine then. Well, it's Witching Hour anyway, so but yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I will. So I'll move here. I guess is it just worth saving the $2? Oh, discard an asset you control from play, gain resource. I could do that later and like replay. Get $2 back from Moonstone, and then replay Moonstone, unless you want to do it. But all right, so
yeah, I mean, I can check magnifying glass or something if we needed it, but I don't need to.
Okay, so I'm gonna discard Leo as my. So I use the Leo action to move. Use the Leo action to move, and then I discard Leo, and now I'm doing a difficulty 0 test because I've discarded Leo. It's not half, right? I didn't read this wrong. Use the difficulty test by the printed cost of the asset discarded. Okay, good. All right, so it's difficulty 0 test, and I will test it. Okay, so I have to redraw. Discard Lone Wolf. Yep. All right, hooray! So I do pass the test, so I get to flip him over, and let's see if this is really bad or not. So flip this card, resolve the text on the other side. Sympathy pain. A pained howl echoes through the station as the shade bears down you, bleeding ethereal blood and clutching its side. Malati holds up one hand to stop you. "This spirit is in great distress for a loss," she says. "It will only respond to one who has shared in its anguish." Okay, if an investigator has shared a deep pain, read the following. Otherwise, slip it back over, heal damage from it, disengage it from investigators, and exhaust it. Okay, so I guess what's going on here is, so we haven't done that. We have to do one of the things on these locations, then flip the thing over, and if we have the matching thing, we get it. So, but we do not have share deep pain.
We sure don't.
Which I don't know even know where that is. I guess that's over here. So that's it. But he is exhausted and flipped over. At least that's something. No, it's not. It's not really anything. It's not worth. That wasn't worth Leo at all.
Nope.
This is
not even remotely close.
This is very similar to what's the scenario in the Circle had done? That's so brutal.
The heretics.
The heretic one, right? Where you have to do a bunch of nonsense across the map. Yeah, Wages of Sin.
Yeah.
I guess that's why you want to peek at them. Anyway, well, I have 2 actions left. What do I do with them that's useful?
I do think like for real though, you know, a lot of this stuff it's like it's impossible to balance it so it's evenly difficult for all different player counts, right?
Mm,
So with this one, they give you an extra turn each agenda if you're solo, which is probably
yeah,
not enough to help, but it's at least something. Two players like probably the worst version of this
yeah. Just I mean, just because
by a
there's no
lot.
scaling is what I
And
would guess.
well,
But
because nothing really, unless you want to, unless you're trying to fight them, then they scale a little bit with their health scales a little bit. But um, nothing about this would be any harder if there was a third person here,
yeah.
and we would have a third person. So we like, you know, it would just be better basically.
So what do we do now? um, I can move. I don't. I could move back to you, so that we're at least together. But I don't really want to end my turn there because then I've got Lone Wolf money. But
I
what else am I
I
gonna
still
do?
think I still think it's not the craziest thing in the world for us to say like we're gonna get the victory here and here and then resign. Like I'm not saying we have to do that, but like that is
Yeah,
a real thing that we should consider.
that might be what we have to do. Um, or at least we need a turn where we can rebuild ourselves. I'm thinking about maybe I go here, but then I don't know how you get to
Because the
me.
thing is like I have a lot of horror on me and I have these three cards in play.
Yeah,
Like so I'm very constrained, you know.
I think I want to move here and like draw a card or something to try to have something to maybe set up to maybe get these clues. But it separates me from you, which makes it harder for you to get to me. But I could maybe move back here and evade this or something. So
Uh, Whatever.
yeah, okay. So I'll draw a card as last action. Okay. All right. Then I will. Let me upkeep. None of these guys are doing anything, right? Yeah, upkeep. There's a wing, yeah, that's something. And then it's gonna advance. Do anything useful upkeep? No, healing. Alright. She's in the shadows. Reveal all concealed mini cards in play. Set each G card aside out of play. Swap Zeus enemy with your concealed mini card. Place each non-weakness Geist enemy at her location face down beneath her, and then place 4 charges on the Shade Reaper. If there's no Geist enemies in play, advance the act to B. What? Otherwise, return Tzu San Niang to the shadows and resolve a concealed keyword, distributing each of those concealed mini cards. This card. Okay, so she's popped out and she has killed a guy. So
She's popped out and popped off.
but she didn't go back in the shadow. Oh, dang it! So we were close. We just had to get some successes there. So she hasn't been exposed. So she doesn't. That thing doesn't go away. She.
It's just like it's really brutal to have a bunch of tokens that are just autofills for the entire scenario, like the skull, and also a bunch of tokens that are autofills if you were trying to do the actually difficult test that is how you try to like win.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is from being on hard mode. Like the easy standard one is much less punishing. The skull's a -4 basically, or eventually -6. The cultist, the tablets just draw again if there's a cultist enemy or geist enemy,
Yeah,
which is way less painful.
that would be a lot better.
Yeah. So, uh, okay. So she. Okay, so she eats this miner, and we get a million more charges on here. But at this point, it's like, who cares how many charges are on there? I mean, maybe there'll be some horrible penalty later. But all right, so she is out for now. Those away, and then or did she immediately go back to the shadows? Oh, I thought maybe we had like a turn where she would be hanging out here. I guess not. I guess she does. So if there's no Nagi, we advance the act to 2B, which I think must be a typo. It must mean to go to 3A. Return to the shadows. Resolve a keyword. Okay, so she's just gonna keep doing these guys. So yeah, I guess so. What we're looking at is maybe we aren't gonna really be able to save these guys. So maybe we just get the victory and try to get out.
Yeah, I mean, I still think. I mean, like, I think I could do the foreman, but we have to share a deep pain, right? So that means assuming that's like here, right, in the theater.
It has to, yeah, it has to be there, right?
So it would have to be like, and I can't really evade this guy, right? And also that's probably as hard as doing these other things. So so if we wanted to try, if we think it's worth it to try to save one of these guys, it would have to be like I move to the theater, which should take two. Well, I pathfinder to the theater, do the action, and let the shadow hit me. Doesn't seem good. Um, and then move back, let it hit me again. Like that doesn't. I think you would have to evade it,
Yeah,
and that doesn't seem great.
I have to run back over there, which is rough. Oh, this went away, right? Did we draw encounter cards yet? No, we haven't. We have to do that still. So let's do that before I forget, I guess.
So the foreman
Okay.
is the foreman's back up, right? He's not exhausted anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why don't you draw your encounter card before we do a million things of planning? Okay.
Oh, bad time for that. Okay, yeah. So now I lose my pathfinder.
Yeah, I mean, you could find a kitten or whatever and get 2 money back from it.
Well, actually, well, wait a minute. No, it's not like I lose the pathfinder because how do I get rid of it?
You have to trash it, right?
How do I trash it?
If you could do the discard here and get
Oh,
you get a dollar
yeah.
back and find a cat.
Cool.
Like,
Yeah. Which costs an action. Yeah, I guess I have to because otherwise we lose an action. So
yeah.
uh,
I mean, you could wait and do it next turn. So
well,
like you could.
but I
Flip
kind of want to
this.
use the prism and then do it. So
Right, like use the prism and then like
Okay.
next turn put a doom on Pathfinder and trash Pathfinder.
yeah, no, you're right. That's better.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I have a motivational speech. Which of these allies is most helpful to me? I feel like beat cop is more helpful.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, but yeah.
Also, there's 2 copies of Alice, so I'll find it later maybe.
Yeah.
So I can do like as it stands, I basically need to get rid of. Oh, today's hunch is no stone. Probably not gonna play it. I almost need to get rid of the seeing shadows, or else I will probably just go insane from it.
Yeah.
So
I guess one last thing you could do is you could Pathfinder up here and use and peek at the back of the Uncanny Shadow, and then maybe that would give us a way to deal with the Uncanny Shadow if we flip it. But it also might just get eaten in like 2 turns. So
is that worth 2 clues? I guess maybe it is.
The clues appear to only be used for doing these actions at this point.
I mean, I guess if we're gonna try to get some of the victory clues and you think you can do that, then yeah. Okay. Well, so how about that? So why don't I? There's also only 2 mini cards left. Maybe I don't need to worry about the seeing shadows.
Yeah, they spawn at whatever location. Oh, I put these in the wrong place. These are supposed to be over here.
Well, so here's a question: Is there any universe where we can get both of the remaining ones, or are we just trying to get one of them?
So, in order to get this one, we have to presumably go here and spend 2 clues, and also maybe do an action to spend those clues and do a test or something.
Because the thing is, I think with a little bit of luck, I probably should have gotten Alice because if I'm going to try to do the book test, Alice would have been better for that.
Yeah. Oh, you could that could be where you discard Pathfinder too if you somehow if you somehow got this thing done.
Well, I'm thinking maybe you go get this thing done. Like I'm thinking maybe what we do is I set up is we all set up so that next turn you've done this and I do the foreman.
Yeah, I just have to somehow get 2 clues. I assume in order to do this we need 2 clues because that's what this one is. That's what these ones are at least.
I could finish my turn on the foreman so he goes on me and take a hit so that you don't have to like spend a click to evade him.
Okay. Yeah, just can I get Can I get 2 clues from somewhere somehow? I would need another flashlight, or I need to get flashlight charges.
Because the thing is, between, I mean, alternatively, like,
I don't think
I don't know if I can do the theater and then do the foreman next turn. I think that's going to be tough.
Here, I guess. Here, I should have put 2 of them over here, because this is what we're trying to save. I think there's no way we can get 2 of them. We have to get incredibly lucky, and
I agree. I think we will be pretty lucky to get 1.
So I think we maybe try to save the foreman, but we have 3 turns to do that, which means somebody has to get here, do the thing that's here, which probably costs clues and probably is a test of some kind.
We also, assumption. if I'm trying to use the Pathfinder, we don't really have 3 turns. We have to try to do it next turn.
If you're trying to use the Pathfinder to do the test, yeah.
Which it makes a lot of sense to do, because I don't have anything else that's like actually expensive, right?
Yeah, so I'd have to get 2 clues from somewhere though if I'm the one going to do this.
Right, and also, if I'm going to try to do the foreman, the thing is, even with Pathfinder, it's 4 against 3 at the moment, so I would still need a shitload of stuff to commit.
Right.
Like, I still need like 4 book cards. So I think it probably means, well, okay, so one thing it means is I should have. We haven't actually done any actions.
We haven't done anything, so if you want to
okay, yeah,
because you did the prison this turn, right? After we do all cards and stuff, so yeah, you can
right.
You can grab Alice.
So what I'm doing is I'm getting Alice instead of the beat cop, and I'm not even going to play Alice. I'm going to commit. I can commit Alice and the motivational speech, so that will put me at a 6 against 3. So I would like to be up by 1 or 2 more if possible, but that's at least like, that's at least something, right?
Yeah.
And I could play No Stone, maybe. Yeah. So your job is by the end of your next turn to have 2 clues and be at the theater with an action to do whatever it is, and hopefully it's something that's not impossible. And my job is to end this turn on Kuala Lumpur Station, West Wing, so that you can run through it, I think.
Okay.
And other than that, just to set up.
Yeah.
So probably what I will do is I will play the No Stone this turn, and maybe draw a card.
Yeah, I mean, remember you have this. You have to alternate stuff. Yeah, no stone, draw a card, play a card, Pathfinder.
Something like that, yeah. Well, I'm gonna go first and play No Stone, because why not? Oh, you know what else I could do, actually? I could play the Hallowed Mirror, because that draws me cards and heals me up a little bit. That might be good, actually.
Well, but remember you can't play multiple cards in a row, so you.
Oh yeah. Well, so I would play Hallowed Mirror. Oh yeah, no.
That'd be instead of the No Stone, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could play No Stone, draw a card, play Hallowed Mirror, which draws you a Soothing Melody, which has a book symbol on it.
Yeah, I might actually do that, because that gets me up 2 cards and heals some horror, which is important. And
it doesn't heal any horror, but it gets you up. Or in the future, it maybe heals you some more.
Well, no, because I was thinking instead of the No Stone, I was going to like play Hallowed Mirror, draw a card, play a Soothing Melody.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that's also fine.
Or I think I'll probably just do that. Okay. I can't think of anything better. So, all right, play Hallowed Mirror. And then draw a card, we said, right?
Yeah.
Not useful at all. And then, okay, No Stone or Soothing Melody. So if I don't play the Soothing Melody, then I will have 1 horror remaining. And I will have a card in my threat area that if I fail a skill test while at a place with a concealed mini card, I take a horror. That seems bad, so I'm going to play the Soothing Melody.
Okay.
I'm going to heal 2 horror and draw a card.
Okay.
Oh, it's pretty good. All right. Oh, and then I Pathfinder here.
Okay, so he's on you. All right, and then you gotta do all these tests.
Yep.
Which...
all right. So, oh, which is awful, right?
So yeah, I guess right, because you're gonna
I
probably
mean,
take
if
2
I
horror
fail,
from
if I
those,
fail
right?
both, I'm still not dead, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, Frozen in Fear.
Do you? I was gonna say,
I fail it.
So is this price
So I
going to
take a
help
horror.
you in any way here? Like it doesn't.
Nope. Well, okay. You know what?
There's no targets.
No, because I could get a TTI, but it would have no symbols on
Yeah.
it, so I think I can't even fetch it. So,
Yeah.
all right. Distorted Reasoning. Oh.
Do
we
you
pass? We do.
Wow.
Wow. Way to go, Joe.
And you can shuffle something, put something in your deck that'll get shuffled. I don't know if that's helpful, but
I don't think that really helps me even a little bit. I guess
I mean, you could put
I could.
a
It would be a
crack
sketches.
or sketches. I guess it's. Do you want to put more cards in your deck, or do you? Because it's gonna get shuffled.
I think I would rather find a hunter scene.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, but you got which one? That was the reasoning you got rid of. Yeah. Well, I mean that's pretty right. Little
it
bit
was
of
a
luck
miracle.
there.
Yeah.
All right.
Literally the only token that would have done it.
So I'm supposed to somehow get clues, correct? Where can I somehow get clues from? I don't have any of my clue getting cards except winging it, but that's not really. It's not really good right now. And I have the reasoning. So what can I do that's helpful here? I have a bunch of cards I could commit, but I don't really want to. I would like to play winging it from discard so I can get more stuff. And I don't really want to test first action, so gonna get clues over here. Did you want me to end my turn here, or be here and be able to move in next turn? Right? Yeah.
I don't care, just as long as by the end of your next turn you can do whatever magical thing we have to do in the theater.
Okay, so that means I have 1 action this turn to try to get clues if I move twice.
Yeah. Yep.
Which means I'd have to try to get them from here.
If you investigate at Kuala Lumpur Station, I can commit a deduction to you.
Okay, that's definitely something, but can I pass the test? It's really the question. So I move here, and I'm at a 3 versus a 4. I can play winging it to make it 3 versus 3, and then I can commit stuff and like discard stuff to redraw. Which might be.
I mean, I guess that's
what we're doing.
Like
I guess
seems like that's the best we can do, right?
Yeah. So I play winging it. I guess I commit the amulet and resourceful.
So you're what, 5 on 3?
Oh yeah, right now. So I'd be at
with deduction, you're at 6 on 3.
Well, the winging it makes it a 3. So sorry, I'm at 3, 5. I'm at 5 on 3 right now with nothing else committed. If I commit resourceful and deduction, I'll be at 4, or I'll be at 7 on 3. And then I have a redraw. So I fail on everything except I have to redraw if I draw a spooky symbol. If I do one other action first, then I will lower the difficulty by 1. But it'll take me. I'll only have 2 actions to fuck around over here. What's that next?
I think you got to go for it and hope that Wendy's ability works for you.
Okay, so we're committing deduction and resourceful, so it puts me at 4 above, and the amulet. Okay.
Yep.
On the wing it. Oops, that's not the button I wanted. Chaos token. All right, I pass. So this logo's on my discard. I don't have any target for resourceful, so that's fine. And then I get both clues.
You do. Victory for us.
Yes. And then okay, and then I move to here. The last action. Okay. And then at the end of my turn I do distorted reasoning.
Oh yeah, remember, factor in that you do have cash to pay for the train on the way back, if that helps.
Right. Oh, I'm supposed to be at 5. I played. Yeah. So yeah, I did factor that in because I'm factoring
Okay.
being able to play one Moonstone and uh, having money for the train. So.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, but now I have to do the stored reasoning test. So I'm at 4 versus 3 on that. See what we draw. Skull. I think I discard a Moonstone to get that out.
I guess, yeah.
And then draw again.
Before you draw another can't play assets or events card.
Basically, yeah. All right, so I still fail, and we get another charge on the Reaper. But I think we're past the point of that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not super worried about it, honestly.
Well, I mean, it makes my life a little bit more difficult in regard to this situation. So, all right. But my stats do go up. Okay, so upkeep and abandon him alone. Getting out of the way early. Oh, you got hit by this during enemy phase.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then Doom happens. So this should be here again. I get an encounter card. Aloof. That's probably. I didn't read the rest of the card yet, but
this doesn't really matter.
Okay, that's interesting.
All right. I would also like to draw one of those, please.
Yeah, doesn't really matter for us right now.
There's one enemy in the shadows, right?
Correct.
I don't really want her to hit me, but I don't think I have a. Oh, it's Peril. Yeah.
It is Peril.
Yeah, she's gonna attack me. Obviously not great,
yeah. But okay.
I don't think we can. I actually might have been able to lose an action, but seems whatever.
Yeah. Well, now if you fail the test, you die, right?
That's true, Ben. It is very true. But I don't know.
Okay, so
it's really too bad. It's too bad I can't like magically evade him once, because then I could use the action to heal here.
Yeah. Yeah, I might actually lose the action one. Because
yeah, well, the thing is, I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to do what you need to do with that.
Yeah.
Also, it's fine, because if you can't do the thing on the theater, which is always a possibility, then I'm just going to resign. It's not going to matter. So
yeah, they'll be sad, but we'll just net 0 victory. But
well, no, we got one of this.
Oh, well, no, you'll drop your clues when you're okay, so I guess I go first. So I can use the $2 to go right in here, and then I guess we'll know what's going on there. And
yeah, I was just thinking, it's actually too bad. If I went first, I might be able to evade the guy, but that doesn't work with the sequencing, because I could PMP for a TTI. But
well, if you could, I mean, you could evade him and then Pathfinder back to here and trash the Pathfinder, and then next turn you could try to do the thing, but
that doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah, you'll have to trash something else. So
yeah.
All right.
Speaking of which,
and remember, if we, other than you dying, the failure for the not getting rid of the Doom is she'll just kill somebody else. But
right.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go first. So I'll use the train station. Oh, I get a Moonwolf money, and then I use the train station. So I don't have enough money to Moonstone now. How did that work out? I thought I would have just enough, but I guess not. Okay, so now I'm here, and we're just okay. It is shared DP. Oh man, it's not even a test.
Wow,
that's great. Okay. The shroud's at 8 though. Or no, half the charge is rounded up.
Nice.
So the shroud's at 8 though.
I mean, the thing is, like, scene would be great there, right? But
yeah,
you know.
Okay then. So this will jump on me. But I think I'm just gonna let it hit me, and I'll do the action, and then I'll leave. I think because So I'll let it hit me. It will deal. It's going to deal 1 and 1 to our friend Flint here, and then I will spend my 2 clues to do the heal, which kind of wish. Heal 2 damage. Oh, it's not everybody. It's just the person that does it. So okay. So I heal 2 damage. We've shared a great pain of what's the story happening here? It's just a fancy puppet show. Okay. Okay. There is victory here, but I can't get those clues. So then I will. He's gonna hit me again when I leave. So I basically take 2 net 2 horror. Can I evade him first? Should I try to evade him first? There's a reason not to. Is there a penalty for failure other than the cultist? What would I do with my last action, I guess? So if I moved, then I'd have 1 action left. I could move to you, but I don't know. Does that help? I don't have any symbols to commit, so it doesn't really help.
Yeah.
So I guess I should try to evade this once, because it's not really a downside other than more charges on the Reaper, but I don't know if we can do anything about that at this point. So all right, so I will try to evade him. Succeed. Great. That was my second action, right? Yeah. So I evade the shadow, and then I move as my last action. Hey, Der. Yeah, it's pretty rough. This has been a pretty rough scenario so far. We're just trying to survive and maybe get a couple victory, but we'll see. All right, so
Yeah,
my turn is over.
The blind run is like the blind run is always really tough. Like we didn't tune our decks for what was going to happen in this campaign. We don't really know how the scenarios work ahead of time. So, yeah. Okay, so you're all set, Ben?
This scenario seems like it's way harder than usual, but
yeah,
okay.
This is also like a one that's hard to unlock or whatever too, right?
Yeah. I have to do this test and then my turn. So, okay, and I don't think I want to Wendy if you draw that. I don't think.
Oh yeah, I will like definitely die at the end of this turn from the Frozen in Fear. Even if I guess if I succeed I could move out, right? So
I mean you're gonna die if you don't succeed this test, which you only have one try. Shades is the one scenario I didn't manage to beat. Oh boy. We might be resigning on this / Dan dies and then I resign.
I think that's very likely that happens. Well, and I mean, like horror trauma is pretty bad for Joe, but there is only one scenario left, so whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So you're all set?
I'm all done. So it's on you.
Okay. So and I just flipped the prism, so I don't get to use it again. So click 1.
You just flipped it back.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. Okay.
What's up?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So click 1. I'm gonna try to parley with this guy, and so I'm gonna test book 6. I'm gonna sacrifice my beloved Pathfinder to make it a book 3. So it's 4 against 3. I'm gonna play Practice Makes Perfect. And does that whiff? Wow. Well, that's quite bad. It's funny that it hit another Practice Makes Perfect.
Yeah, it does whiff.
Yep. Nothing we can do there. Wow. Oof. That's real bad for us.
You only had
all right.
1 perception in there, but still.
So okay. So 4 against 3, 5, 6 against 3, and that's all we can do. All right. Well, let's see how we do. Well, yeah. All right. So I failed the test, so I take a horror and I go insane.
Okay.
And I draw my clues, and we don't get victory.
It was mean of you. You dropped those clues. Okay. All right. Well,
yeah. Believe me, I feel pretty bad about it.
So, I guess let's play this round out, and I'll decide if I should just move and resign, or if there's some hope of getting victory. But it's probably going to resign out of this one. All right. So enemy phase. This is going to nearest equation with a concealed, and I'm going to move him over here. This guy already's. I did upkeep. All right. Doom happens, and then I get an encounter card. Okay. So, I guess, can I somehow save this woman? I feel like the answer is no. I could discard something, but then I'll only be at a 4 versus, or I'll be at something versus like a 4, which a 3 versus a 4 is bad. Can I do this lady somehow? Now that I have some cards. So I would discard these 3 cards from my hand. I would immediately get to play Moonstone. But we probably don't have the thing on the back of her, so that's not worth doing. And I don't really have any good clue capabilities right now, unless I just stand here and draw cards. So I could just stand here and draw cards, and then maybe potentially get some clue cards, and she'll kill somebody, but whatever. And then maybe I can go get like victory from somewhere. Or I can just, but that means you have to sit out and watch me play, or I could just resign. We could go to the last scenario and call it.
I don't really care. I think it's like, how are you pretty sure that you're going to be able to get victory and it's just a matter of time, or is there a possibility that it's just we sit here for like 45 minutes and it still doesn't happen?
I mean, it kind of depends on the encounter deck a little bit, right? Or what I draw, but like she's gonna go do a murder spree for like the next 4 turns before she actually comes out. And so in that time, I could potentially, if I draw a flashlight or draw what happened to my winging it? Oh, it got trashed. If I draw some cluing cards, then I could potentially get some, but that might be rough.
Okay, well, I
also could theoretically draw Leo and like play him, and then if this guy isn't dead, I could save him maybe. But
so we got a couple viewers in the chat. Would anyone be interested to see a solo orphan Wendy's desperate struggle to try to grab a victory or 2, or are people not that into it? I don't really care that much.
Yeah, the alternative is we just move on to the last scenario, which this lady will escape with all of her charges on her Reaper.
Choose your own adventure, viewers. Yeah. Anyone have an opinion?
Yeah.
It is, God.
It's tough scenario.
So I guess, okay, so maybe what was done was like,
is there something bad that happens when you die if you have keys?
So if I didn't move in there last turn, then I maybe could have, like, this turn I could have like gotten rid of the. Okay. No, because if I failed, he still would have hit me. Yeah, there was like delay around that.
You definitely had to succeed, and you were really hoping that you got your perception.
And what's funny is if I had hit a perception, I would have succeeded. But
yeah,
and there was like a 2/3 chance ish.
Yeah.
I could have gone first and gotten the TTI. Then I would have had 3 targets in the deck, and I definitely would have hit one.
But I had to do this first. Yeah.
Like, was there any way you could have done the theater last turn? I don't think so.
No,
not and get clues.
Not and get clues, which I needed. So
yeah. Trey's Million says, okay, either way, so dealer's choice. So Ben, why don't you select?
Let's I gotta try to get victory, but let's maybe put a time limit on it. Let's maybe say we'll try for like
can you put like a giant 10-minute timer up on the screen?
Can I? Let's see. I wonder, is there one built into Tabletop Simulator? I bet there is. There's a clock. Okay, that's not. I was hoping that would like face upwards, not not forwards. Oh man, what can this do? I don't know. Can you set this to how's a stopwatch? Timer. Nope. Nope, that was minutes. We want 10 minutes. 10 seconds. Okay, there we go. I remembered how math works. Okay. Alright. Well, we don't have a victory point right now, Dur. We lost it because Dan died and dropped his clues. that's why we're like, let's try to get.
It's funny too because I didn't actually need those clues at all. Remember, I picked them up because it was like maybe we'll be able to do one of these location actions. Well, I could have just not picked those up.
Yeah,
I did crack the case off of it. But I didn't even spend all that money. So
yeah, it didn't end up being worth it.
It's funny how life works out sometimes.
Yeah. All right, so I've drawn my encounter card, right? I did. Lost track.
I believe you had, yeah.
I drew this, and I haven't done any actions yet. So I get a lone wolf money. I think I'm just gonna draw a couple cards and see what happens. So, yeah, winging it, resourceful. Ooh, Leo, interesting. Okay, that opens up at least being able to save this guy if he doesn't die right now. So, but that's the end of my turn. So, enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep. Pickpocket, interesting. All right. So this is gonna happen. She is gonna reap. She kills this guy, or she kills this guy, and then she'll poof back into the shadows, and all of her stuff will go back over here. Okay. Okay, and that resets, and that's it for that, yes. And then I draw an encounter card. All right. Already has a copy, so this will search. This puts another charge on the Reaper. This was supposed to be at. This was supposed to be at 17. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna matter. And then I'm gonna take 2 damage probably. Yep. Is it a random card, or do I get to choose a card? Because if I get to choose a card, that might be okay. So the test was difficulty 6. I was testing at a 5, so I failed by 5. I could discard 5 cards. That doesn't seem. I don't think that's good. Okay, so I'll take 2 damage. Then, oh, did I test this at the time of my last turn? I don't think I did, so I guess I'll do that quick. Did I have money for Moonstone? Did have money for Moonstone, but I wanted to play Leo, so I'll just fail that. I did have Winging It though, so I would. Let's discard the Winging It to draw again. Okay, so that was last turn. All right, so can I save this guy? I have 3 turns. I could play Leo and discard Leo, and then I have to just not auto fail, which, you know, that's hard. Oh, what's happening here, Dan? Okay. Are you trying to stream yourself playing Halo? I don't have
I was going to. I think what's annoying is I can't like replace my own camera with it.
If you turn off your camera and then nope, that was leaving the call, Dan.
No, I didn't leave the call.
Oh, okay. Then if I click watch stream, do the grid, and hide non-video participants. There you go. Although I don't know if I want your sound. I'm going to mute that. Can you talk to see if I can still hear you?
Can you still hear me?
Yes. Okay. Cool.
All right, I can also turn the game volume all the way down.
No, I just turned off the sound on the stream.
Okay.
Okay, so Dan's gonna play Halo while
okay
while I try to flail around here and get some clues. All right, so let's see. I take a horror on that. So if I move here, do the test, I pay the $2 to move. No, I don't pay the $2 to move. So I get money from Lone Wolf. I can play Leo as my first action. Then I can move with Leo because he's gonna get eaten. Then I can do the parlay by discarding Leo, and I hope I don't auto fail. Basically what's gonna happen. So that yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, so I discard Leo, and I can do first with Leo while I still have Leo, and I can make him soak damage or something. Let me think real quick. So can I investigate somehow and get these clues? Because the shroud's reduced by 2. I could wing if I wing it, and with my Poke Learner, the shroud would be a 3 versus a 2, and I don't have other nonsense. So okay, so no, I'll just discard Leo and try not to auto fail. Did not auto fail, so I successfully flipped this over. I already read the first part. Milady prepares a ritual of banishment as you stare into the spirit's eyes. While the balm chants, you feel a ripple of pain resonate in your own mind, and for a moment you glimpse a memory from the rail worker's life. them holding a sledgehammer as a shadowy figure stood above them, smiling cruelly. A sudden blur of motion followed by an awful screech. As memory fades, so too does the spirit. Do you get hit by a train? Is that what happened here? Guess, I don't know. Alright. So we get that in the victory display. Hooray! All right.
Hooray!
I still have one action left, but I don't have anything super useful to do with it. So I think I will draw a card. Yeah. All right. All right. Bargain. That could be something. All right. End of my turn. I do this thing, and I fail it. And I don't think that's worth redrawing. So, all right. So Doom happens. I realized I haven't been managing the Doom. And I get an encounter card. So I can either lose an action and it gains 2 charges, or I take a damage and a horror. It's probably damage and a horror. What's my goal over here? Oh, at the end of the round, if there's no Geist enemies in play, advance. So after she kills something, this will advance. Okay. I also don't want to engage. I don't want to be here when she flips. So, okay. So I'm just gonna take a damage and a horror because, yeah. Okay. So cool. All right. Oh, I did take a horror because I failed the test here, right? Yeah. So I should have taken another horror at some point. In which case, I would have put the horror on him. So I think I actually will just kill him now, instead of me taking another damage. Okay. So can I get clues? Why have I not gained resources from upkeep? Did I not press the upkeep button? No, I got Faustian Bargain. Oh no, I didn't press upkeep. That's right. I drew a card that was bargain. Okay, press upkeep. All right, cool.
Gotta hit that upkeep.
Yeah. All right. Got a trap. I don't know if that helps with anything, but I still don't have the clue getting cards. So I think I still have this thing. So I guess I draw first. Track shoots doesn't really help me. I have one more turn before she pops out and attacks. Have a winging it. If I draw a flashlight, I can maybe get clues from down there. That's basically what's happened. Yeah, I need draw a card. So if I move, she's gonna pop out. No, she doesn't pop out till next round. All right, let's move to here, I guess. Yeah, and then draw a card. Last action. Yes. Okay. Well, it doesn't really make a difference. All right. Okay. So end of my turn, I do this test. Still a will test, and I pass. Okay. So at least we don't have that. All right. Upkeep. All right. We've got gumption. That might help. Okay, but I'm gonna discard Moonstone and play it. I think. Do I want the money? Yeah. Okay. Then I discard something else. I don't think. Could I somehow kill her when she comes out? I feel like her having a million charges is gonna protect her from death.
Probably, yeah.
I think I'm not gonna have time to play track shoes. And these have this at least has a symbol on it. Okay. All right. I guess my timer went off, but I'm gonna give myself about 10 minutes.
I mean, I'm occupied pretty well, so
yeah,
that's fine.
All right. So Doom happens, and I discard it down to yep. Okay. All right. Okay. So this just spawns here, and I don't care. Oh, this guy should have moved right at some point. Alright. And then, so I get money from Lone Wolf. She still hasn't spawned, but I still haven't got the clue card engine going. I potentially have some cards with. How much health does she have? She only has 4 health on her card. But you know, yeah. You gotta get a little bit more victory. I have 1, and I think I can maybe get 2 if I draw a flashlight or some other cards. So.
I mean, I think if we knew going into this that we were going to trade 1 Joe trauma and like 2 hours for 1 victory, we wouldn't have done it. If we knew that we were going to get 2 victory, we probably still wouldn't have done it. But at least it would have been like a tougher decision. So
yeah. All right, I'm gonna draw a card. Okay. So that can set me up to get these clues, but she'll be there by the time I go there. So I'm gonna play cash and get, I think, 3 flashlight charges and $1. And I don't think I want to move there this turn. I think I want to see what happens when she pops out. Oh, I meant to look up, I think MJ posted a errata for this scenario, which is, I'm assuming the back of this is supposed to say something else. I don't remember.
Maybe they changed the goddamn tablet. That would have been cool.
I don't think that's what it was. Here it is. I think there was 1 in Congress of the Keys and 1 for a different scenario. Oh no, Sanguine Shadows. It's not this one. How does this work then? Advance act to act 2B. Oh, the act. Okay. Oh, okay. So this one is advance. Okay, it's not the agenda. Okay. Cool. So I drew a card. I played it. I have 1 action left. I could go here, but I do not want to. I will. Do I play bargain? I might play bargain to have enough money to play all my stuff next turn potentially. I think we're gonna do that.
Sometimes you just gotta barg.
I mean, at this point, it's like there's not much to lose. I could take a trauma or whatever, but all right. So then upkeep could potentially be helpful, and then I had 8 cards, right? Yeah. All right, then we're gonna advance. So she's gonna pop out, and we're gonna advance to the next act, and we don't do the rest of the stuff. So she spawns over here. These are, I assume, gonna go away. There is no. Oh, wait a second. So she doesn't eat a Geist because we did save that guy. Then there's no Geist enemies in play, so we advanced to B. A petite figure emerges from the yellow haze. Tzu San Niang smirks as she twirls her parasol overhead. "What is it? You're still thirsty?" she coos, speaking to something you can't see. "They're ready to harvest." The parasol in her hand glows with a strange energy. Alright. We expose all its concealed mini cards. We flip her, heal all damage. She engages the lead investigator directly. Boo! Alright, advance the agenda to 3A. Do not resolve. Well, that's what we just did. Okay. Alright, so she is flipped over. She flips over. She okay. What does having multiple enemies under do? Nothing? Is it 1 or more, I guess? Okay, well, let's look at this. Fear the Reaper. Tzu San Niang smiles sweetly as she bears down you. Behind her, a massive shadow moves on its own accord, writhing in fulminant patterns on the wall. "This will be quick," she coos. "Each Geist enemy gains Hunter and Retaliate and cannot be flipped over." Doom is placed on this agenda. Remove one Geist enemy from beneath her and spawn it. Oh, okay. That's why they're bad. Okay.
So this seems kind of tough.
Yeah, the lady in the red parasol shifted her attention to you. She sings a haunting song as she stalks you through the streets. Under any other circumstance, you might find the melody beautiful. When you dealt damage and or horror from Tzu San Niang's forced effect, investigate the location may spend any number of clues. Cancel that much damage or horror. Okay, she defeated advance. Okay. Also, she engaged me, which means I think... I don't know, this is when you expose. Which I don't think I exposed it. I know, lead investigator exposes limited cards. Boo. Okay, so she did attack me once before she flipped over, if that matters. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so I take a damage and a horror. Okay, now she is engaged with me. She's on this side. This is gone. And this is hanging out with her. Okay.
And what is your favorite video game of all time?
All time? Oof.
Yeah.
Like,
is it? I feel like it would. If Pokemon was a single game, it would probably be Pokemon. But like,
it's not Pokemon. I play a lot of Pokemon,
but
it can't. It's definitely not my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, that's almost more of like an addiction that you have than a thing that you actually like.
Yeah. I don't know. What's good games? I recently, like Celeste and Hollow Knight were both very good. I definitely liked Breath of the Wild. I liked most of the Zelda games, but all time, I don't know. What game did I have the most fun with? Celeste, I was very angry most of the time while playing it, but got satisfaction whenever I got through a level or whatever.
Celeste rules. Have you played all the Zeldas?
I'm pretty sure I have. It's possible I missed like one like Seasons or Ages or something, like one of the Game Boy ones, but I've definitely played all the like all the main console ones.
Yeah.
And I like Breath of the Wild a lot, but that was also like the one I played most recently. Is that true? No,
Yeah.
I've played whatever the latest Switch one was. That was like a remake. That was not as good as Breath of the Wild.
Link's Awakening.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll say Breath of the Wild for now, but
okay.
I don't know. Why? What's your favorite video game? Is it Halo?
Halo 2 is like really far up there. I don't know if it's number 1, but it's probably in like the top 5.
Okay. Okay. So I might be able to kill her.
That'd be cool. I mean, that would be like for the orphan to do it solo mode is like would be like quite a feat.
Here's the situation. There's currently no Geist at my location, which is good. I have enough money to expose weakness 3 times. And I have 3 flashlight charges, and she only has a 2 base evade. I do have to think about Quick Learner, but I also have the trap I can put down to kind of cancel out the Quick Learner. So, can I evade her 3 times? I think I can.
I mean,
because I'll be testing into 0. I probably won't succeed by much. I'll probably succeed by 0, so I probably won't take damage. And I just have to not auto fail and have Wendy withdraws. I think I could do that. She's elite, so and she has 8 health.
I mean, it sounds funny enough that you kind of have to go for it.
I think the other option is I can try to get clues, but I don't have too much. I don't have clue compression outside of 1 winging it, so I don't.
Yeah.
I think maybe I try to kill her. I think that's what we're gonna do. So the first test, she's difficulty 3 unless I makeshift trap, which I'll drop the makeshift trap with 3 time on it. It's fast because of all the. Oh, does this thing do something? I think this just doesn't do anything, right? This envoy, because it doesn't have anywhere to patrol. There's no concealed mini cards here to be exposed. Interestingly, fun fact: if this had been here during enemy phase, which it might have been, then I guess I couldn't have exposed the mini cards. So, was it supposed to be there? No, I just drew it during this Mythos phase, but which would have saved me a damage or 2. All right, so there's no concealed mini cards here, so I don't care about seeing shadows. The trap reduces. It only works on non-elite enemies. Man, trap bad trap. All
That
right,
really sucks.
man, I missed that. Why is that?
So
Why is
it
that?
should not. It shouldn't be. Like there's some the cards like Waylay, like yes, they shouldn't work on elite enemies. Oh, the Pennant of the Queen, shouldn't work on elite enemies. But
Yeah.
like stuff like this that just makes it easier to like evade it or
All,
whatever. Like
yeah.
come on.
All this does is reduce it by one. Okay, so I can't.
Like
So,
I feel like they don't always know when a card is just like how to make a card not bad. Like I feel like they're not.
I mean, they're very
You know.
scared of like messing up elite enemies somehow. But this
And
one,
yet, like, but look at like Pennant of the Queen and stuff. Like they err the other way a lot.
yeah. Well, I do. It does have poisonous, which would still tick on her. Does that help me somehow? If one of my exploit weaknesses fails, then maybe it's still worth playing it to do that. So I think I'll still play it. Did I get my lone wolf money yet? I don't remember. All right, so I will still play it for the one, because it'll at least tick damage on her. Because now the risk is one of these spooky guys is going to spawn, and that will make the tablets into auto fails. So it'll be harder to Wendy succeed. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, that would
Wait
be
a
really
second.
bad.
I don't even draw tokens with exploit weakness.
Oh yeah.
That's great. Does that mean? Does that mean I'm going to take a lot of damage then? I gotta think more about this. I was thinking I'd still have to draw a token. Okay, so in that case, can I survive the onslaught of damage from succeeding by a ton? So when you succeed in an evade, fight or evade, move one charge for each point you succeeded by. Take damage and horror equal damage. Okay, so so I cannot.
You need to. Can you like somehow get rid of something that's boosting your agility or whatever?
Yeah, that would be what I have to do at this point. My agility's a 7 right now. It's well. So I would take 7 damage and horror twice, or 3 times, which will definitely kill me. So I don't think I can kill her because of the shade charges. That's a bummer. I was very excited to like do all this exploit weakness nonsense. All right, in that case, I think I just regular evade her. Can I regular evade her without dying? I guess as long as I don't succeed by 7. So if I regular evade her and leave, is she a hunter? Yeah, of course she is. Then can I get the clues from here and then resign? Potentially, I guess. All right. Well, I guess I'll try to do that. I guess I'll try to get the clues and resign. It's very, very sad that I can't I can't soak the damage to kill her, but
that's really kind of bizarre. That like, yo, don't evade her by too much. It'll like, come on.
It seems like a direct attack on this already flaky reduced by 0 build.
My kind of general take on this scenario is that they just made every single part of it as hard as they possibly could. And a lot of those parts don't really even work well together in like a fun way. It's just kind of like every part of this. We made this difficult or frustrating in every possible way that we could have.
If we were playing this on normal, it would be a significantly easier. Like this is one though that the difficulty curve has gone way up because the tokens are worse.
Yeah, I mean it would, even on normal. I think it would be like not easy. It would be like the hardest scenario in the campaign probably. But like
I think it would still be a challenge. I just think I think the hard mode makes it a lot, making there be 4 auto fails. I guess because we also have tablets instead of
it's kind of like it's kind of like playing on legendary and then also turning on all the skulls. It's that kind of a thing, sort of.
Oh man, I don't think I ever like went and found the skulls in Halo, even though that seems like a thing Ben would do.
Yeah, well, that's really weird. That's actually really uncharacteristic of you to not find all the skulls.
So, all right.
What is that? Okay, so Breath of the Wild is number 1. What's number 2 for you? Because Breath of the Wild, like, very good game, but that's kind of like that's not a very spicy pick, right? It sold like 1 billion copies, like it won all the Game of the Year awards.
I don't play too many like niche games these days.
Well,
so,
that's what you should fix.
There's not as many indie games. Like I did like Fez, and as I mentioned already, Celeste and Hollow Knight. Those were all, like I really liked Hollow Knight. Like I played through all that, like beat almost all the content. I think I didn't beat like there's like one boss. I didn't do like the DLC like expansion where you have to like boss rush everything or whatever. But,
I still haven't gotten around to that one.
But you know, I enjoyed that. It was a good time. I'm excited for the sequel that's coming out someday. I don't. I know they're working on it, and I think I've seen like little teasers for it, but I don't know when it's actually coming
These
out.
things take time, you know.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to evade her. I guess I don't commit anything, and so I'll be a 7 versus 2, so that if I succeed, I don't die. Or actually, if I exploit weakness, no, I die if I exploit weakness. Exactly, I exactly die because I have. So I can't even exploit weakness to.
If only you had drawing thin, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that wouldn't even work. It's.
So
it's funny that the reduced to 0 and drawing thin are like completely in controversy with each other. Like they don't work together at all.
Well, you just have to reduce it by even more, but yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to evade. I'm at 7 versus 2. Or no, 7 versus 3. But I have a lucky, which that'll help somehow. Okay, so there's no Geist here, and that's a net 5, so I pass by 0.
Wow, way to go, Ben.
Which means I don't get to draw off a pickpocketing, but that's whatever. Okay, so she is evaded. Her pile of these guys that are here. And because they're definitely underneath her. They don't count as being attached to her, right? No way. Okay. They're like face down under her, right? I guess let me double check that real quick. Right one. Yeah, it says put it face down beneath her. So yeah, they're even on their story side right now, which I'm not going to read. But okay, cool. So I successfully evaded. So I moved over here. I guess I still dropped the trap. Whatever. All right, then over here I will play Winging It from discard. This is my second action. Oh, this is my third action. So I can't resign this turn. So she's going to come hit me. Oh no, she's exhausted. I will find that. Okay, so I third action Winging It and use 1 flashlight charge. So I've reduced and I have the quick learner. So I reduce the shroud to reduce the difficulty of the test to 0 and draw tablets, which is a success. So I get both these clues again that Dan dropped while he was screaming about ghosts or whatever, you know. So okay. And then enemy phase, nothing happens. Or no, something happens. This thing triggers, right? No, it's during a spooky phase. Okay, so upkeep. Get another flashlight. I'm so upset that the succeed by whatever is literally the undoing here. Because if I could just do 3 regular evades against her to do the damage or whatever, then you know I could potentially survive that. But whatever. All right, and then as Doom happens, one of these things spawns over here. I'm not going to care about that, hopefully.
Because it is forced, right?
This? Yeah. When a Doom is placed, remove 1 Geist enemy from beneath her.
No. I was saying on Tzu San Niang, it is when you. So it's not like you can choose to reduce her shades. It's like forced, right?
Yeah. When you succeed, you have to remove a charge for each point you succeed by.
I mean, even if that was optional, that would be cool, right?
Yeah, but or if she didn't have a million charges, like, you know, if we did this earlier on, or if I had something to soak, you know,
yeah.
Or if you were here to punch her once or twice, you know.
Yep.
I have done 1 damage to her though, so you know. Okay, and then I drew. Okay, do the thing that makes her do more damage and stuff. All right, well, all right. I'm just gonna resign now. Oh no, wait, I can't resign. Ah, fuck. Getting these clues didn't matter because I have to resign from here. So there was no point in doing that. Man, I hate that. That rule's dumb. It's been the game since Dunwich.
You mean the clue dropping thing?
Yeah. See, oh wait, no, like I got it. I'll spend the clues first. I can spend them here and heal myself. Okay. It's still dumb. Go ahead and complain about it.
Well, it is dumb. I think there's been like a couple points in various scenarios where that makes for like an interesting challenge for how to get all the victory. But yeah, in general, it's pretty dumb.
Well, I solved it luckily, and I found a cheap memento, which I then leave town with.
Did you get the kitten? You should try to get the kitten.
I don't think I have the actions for the wait. Let me think for a second. I need to
think about it. I mean, Wendy's a young orphan. She'd probably love to have a a pet companion.
I don't have the actions for that, Dan. I need an action to do this and an action to resign, and I would need to. I'd have to move. Yeah, no kitten
in the world, looking at you with big eyes, saying, "Wendy, won't you rescue me from this? Whatever."
Wendy says, "Sorry, girl, gotta look out for number one," and then leaves.
Oh wow, it's a hard enough life.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm resigning. Dan died at some point. I don't know what happened to token thing. Oh, here it is. All right. Okay. So I resign successfully with like 2 victory or something probably. It's really just 2.
It'd be funny. Yeah. It would have been funny if you died and you just immediately joined my Halo game and like the TTS just sat there like nothing's happening. Like the enemies keep moving around. It's like, well, that's it.
Yeah. All right. So overwhelmed, you flee Kuala Lumpur. Whatever sway Tzu San Niang held over the city begins to infect your own mind and intrude into your own dreams. In the following nights, you wake up in a cold sweat, imagining yourself bowing before her, fixated on her mysterious red parasol. In idle moments, you catch yourself humming the soft, lifting song she sang as she followed you to Kuala Lumpur. You wonder if she will ever be able to truly leave. You will truly be able to leave her behind. Okay, so we get Victory X. We haven't seen the last of her. Don't have room in this campaign log. Right, I'm going to delete this line because we don't need it anymore. And delete this line. Okay. Okay. Haven't seen the last of Tzu San Niang. Congratulations, you're under her spell. Sir, that doesn't... I don't know what that means here. That doesn't...
Seems bad. Seems pretty bad for us.
Sir or madam or person, because I don't know. I don't know Reaper's pronouns, but yeah, I don't see anything about being under her sway, so I don't know what that means. That says another resolutions, but not this one. This one we didn't get a resolution. So mark 1 time, and then she is the Reaper. She is the bearer of the thingy. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So yeah, how much victory did we get? Just 2, right? That wasn't another victory location that I somehow cleared. No.
That's a big old womp womp.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I do see we have the time icon. I'll check that 1 second. It is the theta. Theta is, you head to your hotel room, you spot a red envelope slipped on your door. Inside is a simple message. My people in, how'd you say it was pronounced? Ybor city know you are about the new passphrase and know you're coming. Drop by when you get a chance. Signed, Desi. Well, we don't have time for that. We're on the other side of the world.
Someone in chat saying we have a thing on 33. Or do
you get it? That's what I just read.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess that's it for this scenario, then, right? Was there any other story text? Nope. So we can embark. All right. Well, 2 experience, which it's not very much. I think that just means I get a lucky or something. I don't know if you get anything.
We will have finished this whole campaign with like 33 or something. Like that's crazy.
That's Dunwich numbers.
Yeah, that's honestly, like even Dunwich, I feel like you can get more than that if you get everything. Yeah. Although we didn't, but
I don't know what. I think we've talked about this scenario already. I think this is an interesting scenario. Like I like what's going on with like kind of you have to save the spirits and there is a time crunch, but it's very hard, especially in hard mode. With these are brutal. Like this is the reason that we often like get turned off of hard mode is the incredibly brutal symbols sometimes. Where
See, the thing is, like, I like it when this game is difficult, but there's different ways it can be difficult, right? It can be difficult because you're just very time constrained and you have to like very efficiently use what you have and like figure out clever lines of play. That I really like. When it's just like the chaos bag is like you fail half the time and you just have to you just have to get lucky. That I don't really like as much. So that's why I don't really like playing expert, for instance, right? Like having a -8 in the bag isn't really very fun. That's like more auto fails. So this just felt a lot like that. It felt like, we can try to play really well, but at the end of the day, all the tests we need to pass, it's like you have a 60% chance of passing. So like, and we could have like had an entire build for this. We could have like played ceiling cards and stuff, and like, Wendy's ability is really good, obviously, but like, I mean, I don't. It wasn't difficult in a way that I found interesting to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason I played Wendy for this and am doing the reduced by 0 build is like, okay, that means I can mostly ignore the tokens on hard mode. Was the idea. So, and it almost would have been great if her ability specifically wasn't you take damage for her millions of charges.
It's also this was also yet another scenario where there were basically no enemies in the encounter deck, which I think we've had a couple of times before. It's all just really bad treacheries, and that's pretty bad for Joe Diamonds. Like enemies, I can kind of deal with at least to some extent. So that but I mean, to be clear, like I think the same scenario if we played it on standard probably would have been pretty interesting. But yeah, I did not have a great time with this one.
Yeah, I think it just like if we had if that we played very aggressively at the beginning, and if we had gotten a little bit better luck at the beginning, then I think we would have been much happier because we would have gotten those guys. But because it was a toss up to succeed, it's rough.
I do wonder. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it didn't seem like a good idea to waste time trying to find her when like if you have a choice between advancing towards winning or just like trying to delay losing, like it's usually better to try to win, right? But like it's not like if we had just passed that one test to get the guy, anything would have happened because we didn't have the thing on the back of it yet, which we didn't know. But yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, we would have you would have succeeded at the test, and then he wouldn't have.
So that was part of it too. Is like I would almost argue that it's probably almost impossible to like get a really good result on this one blind, just because like you wouldn't know that you have to like. I guess you could spend clues to peek at the back of them, but it frustrates me a little bit when it's like, okay, so we're not supposed to try to defeat these guys. We're supposed to try to parlay with them, but you also have to do this like thing on the back. All of this applies to Wages of Sin as well, which is a scenario that I really like. But Wages of Sin I just think works better. Like this was like a much more chaos energy, like nasty kind of version of Wages of Sin.
Yeah. I guess the other thing is we had to rush to do the first agenda, right? Something bad would have happened. And we had one less doom, so we only had 2 turns. If we had like even one more turn, we could have had some time to like maybe do some of the things on these locations ahead of time, so we would at least had some of them. I kind of embarrassed so then we would have had a better chance if we flipped them over initially to have them, but it's rough.
That would have been good.
This also is like a agility 6 test to find the hidden bones or whatever.
So see that's what I was saying with like every aspect of it is hard. Like it's not just that the chaos token's really bad. The difficulty of all the important tests is like 6. The way that you reduce them is by either taking damage in horror, and there's a lot of other damage in horror flying around in the game, or discarding cards, which is bad, or like discarding an expensive asset, which is bad. Like every part of it is like very punishing. There's no part of it where it's like, okay, the tokens are hard, but at least you have some extra time, or like the tokens are hard, but at least the difficulty of the test is like a 3.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I want to replay it on standard and see a bit more of the scenario. Like I guess we saw the whole scenario because we saw her pop out and whatnot. But playing on standard or playing with different investigators might make it more interesting for me. But I'm not gonna rule that out. I'm not gonna say worst scenario ever. Although if we're doing a binary of best scenario or worst scenario, it sounds like you're voting worst scenario ever. But
I mean, Untamed Wilds is still the worst scenario ever. But I guess it goes slightly beyond I didn't like this and towards like I think this should have been tuned differently. But like whatever. Like it wasn't like We only played it once. It's the blind run. Like, it's kind of too early to make like really definitive decisions. So I don't want to be too like conclusive about it.
Yeah. I definitely wish these guys when they came back were worth like a victory. I don't know. They're worth victory 0 to be like, oh yeah, you that's the path you chose in different scenarios. So they show up again and they're mad at you. But
I really wish that like if they show up again and this time you beat them, then if they're not worth a victory, at least they should be removed, because otherwise you're kind of just like there's no like ghouls in the encounter deck, right? It's only these like pretty relatively substantial enemies that all have like 4 fight and 4 health or something, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The only enemies in this one were these coterie envoys that stop you from exposing stuff, which is almost nothing, right? So
for us, where we weren't trying to expose the lady, it wasn't really we didn't really have to worry about them at all. But
yeah. All right. So I guess we have to decide what we want to do. So unfortunately, I was hoping we're like one time short of being able to just like walk to Tunguska and maybe avoiding whatever happens at the last symbol.
But instead, we're gonna be like start with 2 cards in hand and 0 money or something, right? Because we got our asses kicked in Kuala Lumpur, right?
Well, we would have not had enough time either way. I assume all of these add at least one time. Yeah. So I guess we could go to like Perth and see if we get like an experience or something there, and then that'll be it basically. Because we won't, if we move again, we won't have enough. We won't be able to actually do the thing, I think. Well, at least I'll have to read the. I assume this just immediately triggers the last scenario. So I guess we'll do that quick. You're playing Halo, so you don't need to leave. You can listen to me. Go to Perth. And then we'll probably take a break and do the last scenario. So
yep, sounds right.
All right. Which one am I doing over here? This is 55X. Okay. Asset name Irwan Dewey. Area of Operations Southern Hemisphere. This is file 55X Paranatural selection. Profile. Prominent zoologist has published several surveys regarding disappearing wildlife. Zoologist claims entire species and memory of their existence are being erased. Possible redacted disturbance. Alright. A cool breeze greets you as you arrive in Perth. The capital of Western Australia is nestled in the crook of the Swan River, and despite, or perhaps because of, the nearby gold rush, it is the rugged feel of a frontier town. You catch a scent of something too sweet, possibly rotten on the breeze. We have not met this guy. So, okay, there's lots of stories. Yeah, you catch Dr. Irwan walking out of a lecture at the local university and invite her to a nearby cafe to chat about her research. On a sunlit veranda, she lays several life-like sketches out on the table between you. Have you ever heard of the red-tailed kuka? She asks. You shake your head. They were first discovered by They were first introduced to the West by Dutch explorers in the 17th century. They have been listed as in standard taxidermy since then. I learned about them at Cambridge. Dr. Aaron leafs through the sketchbook to a blank page. On a survey 5 years ago, I took several sketches in the wild, but recently I opened my books and the sketches were blank, as if they had never been drawn. Moreover, every footnote and reference to them in academia has vanished. I asked my professor at Cambridge, the man who taught me what the red-tailed kukas were, and he looked at me as though I'd gone mad. The zoologist adjusts her large spectacles. You assure Dr. Irwan that she is not mad, and share what little you can about the disappearances. I do not know much about how you have studied natural selection, but what we are experiencing feels much like the introduction of a new apex predator into an ecosystem that has not evolved to withstand it, says the zoologist, except that this predator feeds not only on the body, but on the actual existence of its prey. Although, of course, that would be unthinkable, she laughs, but I cannot keep feeling that we are its prey. Thinking on terms the Foundation used, you suggest that she named the phenomenon paranatural selection. She looks troubled at the suggestion, but then smiles. Perhaps I will use that with your permission, says Dr. Ron. I'm glad we met. I was beginning to think that this was all in my head. She gives you her business card with the name of a hotel in Brazil written on the back. I will be in Rio de Janeiro to continue my survey and my next lecture. Perhaps I will see you there. Okay, we met Dr. Ron and we get an experience.
That was Perth.
That was Perth, yeah.
That actually perfectly kind of replicates the experience of playing like a Final Fantasy game, getting to the very end where you're about to go into the crater and fight the god monster or whatever, and then you realize like, oh, I forgot to do that one side quest in like the third town of the game, and you have to go like find some kid's lost dog or whatever. So we had to go to Australia to listen to a lady tell us about a bird,
Yeah.
and now we're gonna go try to save the world in Tunguska.
Yep. All right. So then I'll move us. I'll vainly move us to Sydney, I guess, but I don't think we get to resolve Sydney because we have to mark our time to move. So I will read Sassport Mega. As you head into your hotel, frantic at news of recent events, you mentally begin to prepare for the next leg of your trip, when suddenly a shape emerges from a corner of your hotel room, and you are clocked on the side of your skull by something heavy and smooth. You collapse into darkness. The last thing you see is a splash of red. All right, we're out of time. Immediately travel to Tunguska and proceed to the finale. Congress of the Keys. All right. And we had another cultist in the back, which I'm sure is terrible as usual. But alrighty. I guess that's it for now. I think if you're watching live, we are gonna probably take a break for like 20 minutes or something, and then we'll do the last scenario. If you watch on YouTube, the other video is up here in the playlist, or maybe it'll be up in a couple days. I don't know. But regardless, thanks everybody for hanging out. We appreciate you hanging in chat and leaving comments on YouTube to let me know what rules I missed and how your experience was through the campaign, how you guys did on this one. As always, you can follow what we're doing on our various socials and join our Discord. All those links are at social.mur.fm. And I think that's it. We'll catch you guys next time for Congress of the Keys.
Congress of the Keys.
Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.